What's happening, y'all? Y'all know what time it is. 7 p.m. every Saturday night. The Misbelief Radio Show is going live. And I want to start the madness a little early. 5 minutes early, if that's cool with y'all. Who we got here? The homie.
Young Funny in the building. The DC Paul, Millennial Arsenio. I'm looking real like a broke down Dwayne Wayne out here.
This is true.
Yeah, but you know, it's because we're grinding. Work, Kamari, work.
Yep, he works. So, Mari, you know what you can't say when we go live on the radio, right?
I can't say fuck, shit, pussy, dick, cunt, asshole, what else? Titty. I can't say titty.
Right.
Can't say
you can't say clit, but you can say clitoris.
Can I say labia?
I think you can say labia.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say labia. Look, won't you find a reason to say labia this episode?
I get deep, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hope you get deeper than the labia. Let's hope. What up, Malik the Freak?
What's going on?
Do you go deeper than the labia?
It was deep in the labia.
Deeper than the labia. You got to.
I'm just naming
some stuff that you can say.
Yeah, anatomy. Right.
What up, Sade? What up, Brittany? What up, Amber? Share this video so all of our friends can see how much fun we have. What up, Camille? What's happening, Camille?
What up?
Miss Denise? Just so still?
What's up?
You ready to keep it real?
Yeah, I'm so ready to keep it real.
And then, that beautiful motherfucker over there. What's his name? Beautiful Brian?
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Go ahead, take this. Be beautiful, Brian. Video, y'all, so y'all can, your friends can see how funny we are. Gian, you should be here. Go to the side door if you're outside.
Move that video.
We're waiting on 2 more guests. Gian should have been here before 7. Lamont was on the Facebook Live last week, but he's coming back this week to talk about Power Circle. Kamari got a one-man show happening this Wednesday, huh?
Yeah, I mean, like it's like this, just kind of me living out my rap dreams. I got a show Wednesday at Hi-Ho Lounge called the College Dropout Too. What rap taught me is free 99. Yeah, man, you know that workout plan gets you right. But yeah, doing it. Doors 6:30 show at 7. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, man. It's a I can't really even describe it, man. It's gonna be a lot of music, a lot of storytelling.
Well, you better describe it.
I mean, like I can describe it. It's like a TED Talk meets a house party. You know, I'm trying to go for like peak edutainment.
I love it. I love the word edutainment.
Edutainment, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you having fun, but you like getting your medicine too.
So I don't know if y'all noticed, Oshun not here. She got fired. Yeah, I got tired of her not showing up one time. Yep. Ike trying to put his foot down. He sure did.
You can't fire a unicorn.
I had to.
What?
I had to. Absolutely had to. She ain't shit. She smell like she leave the studio smelling like unicorn piss. And I don't know if I like that.
I mean, I feel like unicorn piss is like the best kind of piss you can smell.
You
know what I'm saying? I feel like you get blessed by unicorn piss.
You do.
You know, like I wouldn't want it on me, but like around me.
No, you do want it on you.
Oh.
I guess it depends on the way that it gets on you. You know what I'm saying? Like if I dab some on me, I'm cool with that, but I don't want it just like unexpectedly like
I mean, our motto at the Misbelief Radio Show is don't get nothing on you. But let's say that R. Kelly was a unicorn.
Oh no.
Would you let him piss on you?
Nope.
R. Kelly is like he's like a centaur, man. He's like you know what I'm saying? He could never be like.
He's just called R. Kelly Iota.
Centaurs were extra sexual. Didn't they were known for
a little aggressive, you know what I'm saying? You know, handsy and stuff. No, hanging around like playgrounds and
Also, if you noticed that actor guy, Mr. Baxton here, he was also fired. He kept trying to have a deeper voice than me, and I don't allow that on my show. But
I'm not even coming close. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well,
I'll raise it up an octave if necessary.
Yeah, Malik, you too, man. Tuck those nuts. Speak higher. What is this? A song playing before? Yeah, shit. But this is don't tease me now.
Smooth as
if you want to, you can play this song for the. We're going to go easy listening for the whole 2 hours. Mastermind.
Like the sweat closet or something.
God, the key sweat. There we go.
Okay.
Till your track starts showing. I ain't lying. Y'all ready?
You ready?
We ready.
Fat Word was supposed to be here. I thought we was filming.
I got some surprises in the show.
Really?
I'm bringing some stuff out.
Okay. Welcome to the concrete jungle. I've been in my lowest before to tell you the truth. Not about to piss in old window to throw it through. I say what's happening. What's happening, y'all? Welcome to the Misbelief Radio Show here on WBOK AM 1230. We're live here in the station. This is a show where we highlight the city of New Orleans through the eyes of some creative millennials, black creative millennials at that. And we out here. By the way, I'm DC Paul, the millennial Arsenio with no material on Vimeo, slim waist, babyface, deep voice, #1 choice, and the hardest working man in local show business. Yes, I said it. And as always, I keep a colorful cast of creative, cool kids as my co-host cruising right along with me. Who's this to my left side?
Jay still keeping it very real on this beautiful Saturday night.
Oh, I like how you're not sick no more sexy voice.
No more sexy voice.
Now you aggressive with it, keeping it real for real for real. And who's that over there?
Yo, so this is Malik, that no tourist history guy. What's going on?
What's happening? How you feel, Malik?
I'm doing good.
All right, that's all you got for me?
Yo, I'm mad that all y'all got new mics and I don't.
Yeah. If you're watching us, check out my Facebook Live. My name is DC Paul on Facebook, or follow the Misbelief Facebook page where we go live every week. You can check out how new our microphones look here in the station. Who's that in the booth? Who can't get it right? I heard you. What's happening with you, Mastermind? How you feeling?
Oh man.
Okay, I like it when you feeling like a garden daisy. That's when things go like I want them to go. We get the applause on time and everything, huh?
Oh man,
early. All right. Now, if you notice, we're missing our unicorn this week, and also that actor guy ain't here. Both of them got fired. Fired both of them.
Oh my God.
I figured I would just
They
go
finally-
on without them. Fired their ass. Sure did. I got my homie who's cruising along with us this whole show. As one of my co-hosts, who's this to my right side?
Kamari Stevens, fellow young funny member, Mari on Safari. I'll have something better for
Work
later.
on that tagline, man. Listen, we as black people have been able to freestyle just naturally. I need you to work on that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been living with white people too long, so my freestyling skills are a little subpar. But I'll work on it. I think by the end of the show, man,
True
I have
story.
a hot little 4 bars for you.
Yeah, Kamari's here. He's gonna talk to us a little bit later about more about rap. I guess we were just talking about spitting, but
Yeah.
you're gonna be doing something related to that.
Yeah, man, I got a show coming up this upcoming Wednesday at Hi-Ho Lounge called the College Dropout Too.
What?
What rap taught me.
What?
And it's a TED Talk meets a house party.
Okay,
sounds so
don't tell him no more because stay tuned, y'all. We're gonna hear some more about
It's
that.
exclusive.
Exclusive. You hear me? He's gonna remake a whole Kanye album on stage. The whole thing, College Dropout. So yeah, man, we here. This is episode. What it is, Brian 39. We are really in the swing of things, man, and things are just swinging all over the place, ain't they?
Not all over the place, but
Well,
you
as
know.
far as I'm
Swinging all over
concerned,
the
things are
place.
swinging everywhere. Mastermind, things swinging in the booth. I thought so, man. Things
Yep.
It can get dangerous when things are swinging loosely.
That's the plan.
Yep.
Let it get dangerous at the Misbelief Radio Show. So, man, it's December. It don't feel like December.
It don't feel like December at all. It feels like the middle of October.
Actually,
a little September mixed in.
It rained. What was that? Yesterday, it felt like Jazz Fest. When did it rain? What was that? Thursday?
Yeah, the other day.
Hard rain. And that was the end of November.
That's
It
so
just,
disrespectful.
I know. We
Summer
can never
rain.
get.
Now we got a creepy fog amongst us.
Ain't it
It's
nasty?
just-
Yeah.
It looked like London.
Yep.
Like I've been to London. But it don't look like London, yo.
It's exact like Buckingham Palace. Yo.
It's just what I assume, like, Scrooge was walking in with his trench coat when he was not giving people his shillings. It just looked like a foggy...
That's exactly what it looks like.
That's what I assume, except...
specifically.
I actually saw a dude that looked like Tiny Tim over at the basketball court.
That's really That's a Google question.
That is a question for Google. Good one. Good. Thank you for asking that, because I've always wondered myself, man. I saw a dude I thought was Ebenezer Scrooge. He had a long trench coat, but when I approached him, he was naked underneath. So I was like, "Oh, this is like I'm clearly in New Orleans."
Was that somewhere in the vicinity of the French Quarters or Bourbon Street?
Sure was. How do you spell shilling?
SCH.
Nope.
No?
I think it's SHI.
Okay, well, speaking of shillings, it was made from silver from its introduction in or around 1503 until 1947, and thereafter it was a cupronicle. Is that how you say that?
A cuppernickel?
A cuppernickel.
A cuppernickel? Okay.
I mean, not that I like. That looked like a.
I'm gonna call that cupronicle. I feel like that's the girl that used to work at Manchu was cupronicle. But it said prior to decimal day in 1971, there were 240 pence in 1 pound sterling. 12 pence made a shilling. 20 shillings made a pound. So okay, so. A shilling is 1/20th of a pound.
Okay, so
anybody who deal with drugs who can tell us what 1/20th of a pound feel like? Anybody want to incriminate themselves like on the Misbelief Radio Show? We love that happening. No. Nope. Okay, well, that was my preamble. It's about December, because I'm missing the people who normally give me things to go off of.
Really?
I am. I didn't let you got a preamble for me.
Nah, you know what? We did not get.
We're not talking about what's going on out here.
No, but the Misbelief story.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. He won't have one. Probably. Okay, what? So we usually, Kamari, all of our guests, when we do an interview, the first question we ask them is, do they know what a misbelief is? Mm-hmm. And do they have a misbelief story? Usually, us growing up in New Orleans has some kind of story. Right. And it's just how we connect with each other. But if you guys are listening, Kamari's from Columbus.
Well, I'm from Ohio. I'm from Dayton, Ohio. I moved here from Columbus. Dayton is not known for any good things, so I guess Columbus is okay.
You can make
I gotta rep Dayton. I mean, it's because like Columbus, you know how it's just like like you from New Orleans, and then those other people are from Baton Rouge. Yeah. Like you got to make that distinction.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. People from Dayton are cut from a certain kind of cloth, man. You know what I mean? So
I feel that.
It's like real funky, real grimy. It's like extra grimy. It's like known as Baby Detroit.
Oh wow!
Which is
I've never heard that
not
before.
Anything you should be proud of. No, it's not good. I mean, we had GM, and then they left, and then people got on the block.
Okay, so do you know what a misbelief is?
Yeah, I do know what a misbelief is. It's a little fruit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had your punch.
Yeah.
But several.
Have you had the original fruit? Corey and Tony got a tree.
They got a tree in the backyard.
Huge tree in the backyard.
I thought, how big do they get? Because I thought I saw a tree on the way. Like driving around earlier today.
Not today, no. They're not in season until about April. You may be saying kumquat or something else. But they're about this big. They don't get that big.
You should give me a basket for like my birthday. April was my birthday.
Okay.
So it was a misbelief basket for I mean, I don't know.
Don't charge me to do things.
All right,
I'm going to do it.
All right.
Speaking of being charged to do things, so on the last episode, remember we were talking about the fact that the Carver closed down.
Yes.
And Oshun, jokingly, she was like, hey, you guys want to start a GoFundMe so the Misbelief could buy the Carver.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I've done some fundraisers for the Misbelief before, and we didn't really take them seriously, but we're going to make a GoFundMe so the Misbelief could buy the Carver. I said that on the last episode, right? So we got some really loyal, awesome, amazing listeners and supporters. All jokes aside, there's this one guy, I'm not going to say his name, I'm going to hold it in my pocket until we really need him. But he's so supportive. He comes to all of the Blazing Worships. He buys the Misbelief Punch. He's got a lapel pin. He listens to the podcast. So he was listening to the podcast maybe yesterday or the day before. And he's serious. He ain't no young cat. He ain't no jokey cat. He's serious. But he texted me saying, hey, if you guys were serious about buying a Carver, I pledged $10K.
Oh,
and my jaw dropped.
Wait, hold on.
My jaw dropped, and this was not. I know y'all think I'm so silly. I play all day. I play all day, but this person is not a jokey type person. He's a professional type person. So now I'm thinking about actually making that GoFundMe. If we start the GoFundMe with 10 G's already in it,
that's like a good starting point, right?
And so like now I ain't gonna say his name. But
hey man, I had a GoFundMe earlier this year because my house burned down.
Tell them about that. That happened. Wait. Tell them about that.
Oh man,
that's
so my house burned down on 420.
Mm-hmm.
I came. We Young Funny had a show over at the Art Club.
Mm-hmm.
What was the show called?
I got 5 on it.
I got 5. Yeah, 5 on 420. And so me and Young Funny's Kyle Smith, we were riding back to my house. It's like late at night, and we get to my street, and it's a whole bunch of fire trucks there. And I'm like, oh man, what are these fire trucks doing here? Let's just pull around. It'll be fine. And we just keep going around, and we can't get to the street. And then he just lets me out. I'm like, yeah, man, I'll be good, man. I'm gonna go up to the house. And then get to the house, and like right as I'm walking up, the lady's like, your house is on fire. And I'm like, what? And she's like, you live next door, don't you? And I was like, yep. And then across the street, I saw my landlord just looking at the house burning down. And like, I'm crazy. So at one point, I started singing the roof. The roof was on fire. And then like the police was looking at me crazy. I'm like, I done implicated myself now because I'm up here. But it's like, how often do you see your roof on fire?
Right. How do you respond?
And like,
do you know water?
I mean,
that's all I would do.
That song really like, I felt like I was caught up in the spirit.
Resonated, but you did a GoFundMe afterwards.
Did a GoFundMe, yeah. So my house just didn't burn down, and I went crazy singing "The Roof Is on Fire." I had a friend put up a GoFundMe for us and raised over like $10,000. You know what I'm saying? And we're just 3 people. I mean, the Carver's a historic theater.
Right.
DC's the Millennial Arsenio. I think we could make it happen. We could do the new Millennial Arsenio whole show there.
Man, I didn't think about that. That would be awesome.
Crazy.
But there have been so many talks about the Black creative community here in the city working together to make that our project. So if absolutely, rather than it be a misbelief thing, I would love to start the GoFundMe and start it off with the misbelief donation through our donor, and then open that up to. I know with so many other creative minds in the city, much more structured than mine, that can come up with something to do with the Carver Theater. So I'm praying on it. I probably shouldn't have said it on the radio, but I'm praying on it about how to move forward with this, how to present this to the right people so that we could take a step toward taking back the Carver Theater.
Right, I think it would be a great opportunity, especially for the young Black creative.
Yeah,
right.
and oh man.
That's like a creative historical landmark. That story broke my heart.
Yeah, mine too. We was doing a show there on Thursdays, and we was really trying to make it a thing.
Right.
I love the Carver. Every time I've been to a show there, it's pretty much state of the art as far as the lights and sound in the main room. The upstairs lounge is beautiful. It's a nice vibe. You get to overlook a part of the city facing, what's that facing?
Treme.
The Treme. The
Treme Lafitte area.
Yeah. But I mean, still, it's cute, and I would hate to see it go to waste.
And to have like a theater like that in that neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? Those people can kind of go see cool shows and everything like that.
What do you mean, those people? I'm just playing.
Those Negroes.
Our people.
Oh man.
Negroes need art.
No, but hey, that's a good one to take a break on. Negroes need art. Hey, Mastermind, what you got queued up for us? Oh, which one? 16 shots. I love
16
this.
shots.
That's my kid Javon. So real quick, this Tuesday, and I'm gonna tell you about it later, but I'm gonna say it again. But this Tuesday, you can catch my kid Javon for free at the Civic Theater at a show called The Medicine Show, curated by our own DC Paul. So check it out.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, this is 16 shots by my kid Javon. Stay tuned to the Misbelief Radio Show and don't get none on you.
What time?
The Medicine Show.
I'm mad. I can't wait till school is out.
The
So
Medicine
I can
Show
go to all the shows.
is my kid Javon, Corey Mack, Sonny Patterson.
I just need to know the time.
Oh, this.
Because I'm out
When
to
is it again?
listen.
It's Monday?
Tuesday.
I'm not gonna be
It's
there.
free. It's a Red Bull event.
I got my work.
Go to that.
It's a university's final exam season, so we are all.
I think I'm.
How long is the song playing for?
We do 2 songs.
Two songs, so I can use restroom and everything.
Yeah. What's up, India? You watching? Kenneth Morrison, you watching? Who's all watching? Say hi to us. I want to talk to some strangers or people that I know.
So everyone who's viewing, share the video. Share. Tell people, hey, come watch us. It's gonna be a good show. I don't know where the interview people are.
I know, right?
It's gonna be a good show.
They don't know me. They don't know me. I tell you what time to be here, and I expect to be here at that time. Okay.
I need to get here.
I need you to get here before 7 so I can open the door for you. You can be texting me talking about where I'm at. I'm live on the radio. Where you at? Is the question. That's why I had to fire.
I love this song.
And
I just love her.
Yeah.
Voice. Just like,
Yeah.
How they take it, DC? How did they take the news?
They never take it well. Had to body slam Martin. He ended up moving out of the city. He's in Atlanta right now. So it's because that body slam hit him so hard. Oshun, I damn near snatched her ball. Honestly, she got indignant with me, which is a problem. Okay, so she had a fade close to the end of our conversation. Snatched all her locks out. I love her though. We still friends after all that. Would you believe that? I had to, even if I fired her from this, we still in real life we like this.
That's real friendship.
Yeah, right.
If you snatch my goddamn hair out, I'm gonna kill you.
And the thing is, man, that's Oshun's hair. It was Oshun's hair. Now it's on the floor of her kitchen. Snatched it right up.
So who has saw the Spike Lee thing on Netflix?
I was gonna talk about
I
that.
haven't had a check.
Is that your keeping it real?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold it.
Hold it.
But I've gotten to episode 3, and me and my friend actually had a 2-hour debate discussion.
Okay, so I need to watch it and catch up on it. It's okay.
Anyone else watch it? Did you?
So 7:30 is the medicine show. Probably the show probably started at 8.
I need to read this.
I might have to tell people to go. I'm not gonna make it. Yo, I can't wait till school is out and I can actually go to my friend's show, and be there on time.
You don't want to go to our shows.
You know what I'm saying? DC's alive because last Friday I was at the comedy show.
Oh, yeah.
You see, I was there, present on time, even though the host of the comedy show was not. And it wasn't DC.
Yeah, it wasn't Millennial Senior. I would have been there before everybody. And I was there before everybody.
This is the House of Blues show?
No, this is the show in the East.
That show.
So
The one at Whispers?
At Whispers on the Lake. While all the comedians were at the show, the audience was there, the DJ's there. We all like, where's the host? Where's XYZ? We call him. He at the Battle of the Bands. At the Superdome.
Wow.
He at the Superdome while we in the East at the show.
Oh, wow, that's
Talking
okay.
about he passing out flyers trying to get people to come. Ain't nobody gonna leave the
Battle of the
Superdome to come to the East.
That ain't even your audience, bro.
Man, come on now. What are you doing?
No, he was at the show. No, he was at the show. He was at the show.
Passing out flyers. Yeah, passing out. No, son. We here. I've been here. You know me. I've been here.
I don't know if you ever listened to Makia Javon. She's awesome.
I definitely check it out. What's it?
And she gives a show on at Blue Now on Sunday.
Okay, cool.
She used to rock with Kermit, huh? She don't still do the show with Kermit? And the barbecue swingers?
I don't know. I mean, I've always seen Makia independently, so I don't know. And she probably sang with him, maybe like a backup type thing.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Like, the full jazz band and her as a vocalist, making it better.
So you trying to engage with the online audience. Shout out to Tank and the Bankers.
Oh, that's cool.
Tank and the Bankers played at the Google headquarters, I believe, in New York yesterday.
Wow, the Google
Shout out.
headquarters?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes.
I mean, seeing the Tank and the Bangers, I saw them do this show at Music Box Village.
Yes, that was a special
yeah,
theatrical show.
And so that was one of those ones that like kind of inspired me, or kind of the direction I wanted to go with my show, where it's just like you seeing these people like where they're just letting their imagination run wild and really like put their all into it and really try to make an experience out of it.
Somebody tagged Terriana Tank Ball to that Terriana.
Terriana.
Somebody tagged her. Okay.
I mean, and you got to talk about a show where like Nora Jones dropped in and she wasn't even the most significant part of the show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, not even those, but it's just it was such an immersive, like, awesome experience. And then seeing it where it's like, you know, the dancing and the singing and just all the theatricalness of it and just how they used the Music Box Village and that was my first time being there. So it's just like, it was mind blowing. It was significant. I was like, oh man, I want to do something like this where it's just like you really kind of lay it all out there. You know what I'm saying? Really try to take your vision and really push it and be creative and really kind of challenge yourself to really reach that bar. So that was awesome. I hope she does it again. I'm very privileged to say that I saw it. I can't remember exactly. It's like Alice
in Wonderland.
Yeah, and it was awesome. It was one of the best things I've seen since I've been down here, man. It was awesome.
Wow, that's cool. So
and it's cool now to like. I was back in Columbus like a couple months ago, and I had an Uber driver, and I was telling her I'm living in New Orleans, and so she had saw the Tiny Desk thing, and I'm like, oh man, you one of the people that I know people that rock with them, and just like kind of seeing them and perform through the city is just like a cool thing that they really like getting the stuff, the accolades and everything now, yeah, for certain.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So I always like to hear people who love taking the bangers. Y'all know me. Y'all know I love taking the bangers the most. So straight up, shout out to Tariana, Tavia, Noam, Josh, L, Merrill, the whole team, Jelly, Kayla, ATN, Titina, everybody, the whole family.
They're doing very, significant, great work.
And they just have such a great creative music.
Oh, man, it's that energy that they kind of just bring to the table. And, I feel like that's so important, is, trying to connect with people through the energy and stuff,
Lord, I don't know, people just, who called me? People always call at the wrong time. When they need to call you, they don't call you.
Didn't
So,
see
do you
Bruno
want to
Mars?
say something? Do you want me to take the, and put it on you?
Well, not really, but did anyone watch Bruno Mars on CBS? No one? Bruno Mars, he had his first TV.
Did he do it already?
It was on
I
Wednesday.
haven't been able to watch TV in
Pretty cool.
I guess I'm going to take one.
Yeah, about 30 seconds.
Is it anybody?
Y'all tripping. Welcome back to the Misbelief Radio Show, you guys. We are live on WBOK 1230 AM, or we're live at WBOK1230am.com, or on the WBOK app, or you're watching my Facebook Live, or you're watching us on YouTube, or you listen to the podcast, because we're also a podcast available on iTunes and at themisbelief.podbean.com. Check us out, listen, subscribe, follow, share, tell a friend. By the way, 504-260-9265 is the number to call if you want to talk to us. We love callers here on the Misbelief Radio Show. I'm DC Paul, the Millennial Arsenio. Who's this to my left?
Jay still keeping it real.
And who's that?
Yo, this is Malik, the historical geek.
And our co-host?
Kamari Stevens, the wholesome degenerate out here trying to get it.
All right. All right. What it is in the booth. What up, Mastermind? Ain't nothing, man. What's that last song you just played? Shout out to Kevin Styles, man. Listen, the Misbelief Radio Show only plays music by local independent artists here in New Orleans. So if you're a local independent artist with some radio-friendly music, send it to the
Get those clean edits.
Please clean it up. Send it to themisbelief@gmail.com, and we'll give it a listen. As long as it's clean, we'll put you on a playlist, whether we like it or not. Because it ain't about us, it's about you and promoting our city and the awesome people that are here. We have 2 interviews lined up for this episode. Neither one of them have showed up yet. But we've got Gian Smith, who's a local filmmaker here in New Orleans. He's got a fundraiser for this film he's got called The Adulterer.
Oh.
To come in, don't it sound sexy?
Yes.
It's like a thriller, like a sexy thriller.
We assuming he'll come here and tell us about it real soon. He's doing a fundraiser to turn The Adulterer from a film into a web series.
Oh, okay.
And he had a fundraiser. You talked about it, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't get to go, but it was actually last weekend.
It was on Sunday, the same day as Blazing Worship. But he's going to be here real soon to tell us about it. But that's a good segue into keeping it real with Jay Steele.
Yeah.
You want to keep it real? Let's talk about something. So Jay Steele, keeping it real. She's a local television film actress.
Yes, I
getting
am.
it work out here in this world. You heard me.
So I want to talk a little bit about a show that I saw recently. So as y'all know, recently Netflix released the new version of She's Gotta Have It. I don't like how you said that.
All right.
Anyway, I had a long, 2-hour debate, discussion, argument with one of my friends earlier about the new version of it. Basically, the TV show is based off of a movie that came out, I think, in the 80s.
Yeah, 89, I think, or 90.
And it was a very Spike Lee movie. If you've seen Spike Lee stuff, he has a very interesting...
He's got a particular
Style.
aesthetic.
Yeah, it's not linear. It's all over the place.
Specific.
But the movie, the original, was beautiful. It was in black and white. It was basically about a woman that's... Short story. She's dating 3 different men at one time.
Sexually positive.
Yeah, polyamorous.
Was sexually independent.
Right,
Yeah.
and at that time that was a big deal because it was made by a black director with his own vision and aesthetic and a black cast, and it's showing this sexually
Black
liberated
music.
woman. So fast forward to now, we have the new show that came out, and I personally love it. I'm on episode 3 right now.
You could have loved it if you only made episode 3.
I like it so far. I'm gonna say that, but I know
She could be savoring it.
If you love it, you would marry it.
I'm enjoying. What?
Okay.
How many episodes is it?
I think it's 10.
10? Are we talking like an hour each joint?
Yeah.
See, I've only seen the original one, and I was a big fan of the She's Gotta Have It. And just to be able to kind of like, I don't know, now like you said, like it kind of was ahead of its time as far as like that kind of character. Like right now, that character is perfect. You got Insecure. You got it where now you're allowing black women to kind of truly be as much as themselves as they want to be. So to kind of explore that and really have that as the lead character, I think is at least an interesting concept.
Yeah, go ahead, Malik.
So I was just having black women being treated and empowering themselves sexually. Even Viola Davis have talked about that, how she's always typecast, and that she even said that I would never be a sex actress. Like, nobody will make me be in that role. And that's why Shonda Rhimes made that role, that television script, based around her being actually a sexy, powerful woman. So, I mean, I like the original. I haven't saw the...
I like the original, too. I fell asleep on episode 1 of the new series. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't make it past episode 1. It didn't make me want to continue watching it for 10 more episodes. But from what I heard, Spike Lee only wrote the first episode. And if you look at episode 1 and then the rest of the episodes, apparently episode 1 is clearly a pilot. And the rest of it is written by other people.
Okay, gotcha.
Right. So,
and I think that, honestly, I mean... Like, I've liked Spike Lee's work. I feel like he's been very influential in just, like, kind of my perception.
Likewise.
But them last couple joints, they've been slacking.
Yep,
you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So
my favorite movie of all time is School Days.
Yeah, I like School Days as well.
Okay, so I'm a big Spike Lee fan. I've seen just about everything.
See, yeah, like, I love He Got Game is my joint.
Well,
like,
okay, that was...
I love School Days as well. Yeah. I love Do the Right Thing. Mo Better Blues. Oh my God, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They had a bunch of really good movies.
Malcolm became Malcolm X, the epic.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But then you get to like She Hate Me.
Miracle on Saint.
She Hate Me wasn't.
Miracle on Saint Anna.
Ooh. Yeah, I saw it because I felt like I had to say I saw it.
Yeah, it was terrible. I couldn't sit through the whole movie. I couldn't do it.
Summer Sam was.
So there's a movie with Spike Lee with Denzel Washington where he's a cop.
Inside Man.
That was to me his best movie
that
he made. I think that's the best movie they did.
Inside Man is a really good movie, and that's one that he didn't write. He just directed. See, and I kind of like that idea of just like letting, because I mean, when you're a kid and you don't understand like, what it means to be a director and a writer and all this stuff, and now that like I've met people who are actors, and that's a big burden to take on where you write and direct and everything. And so to kind of be like, all right, I'm gonna focus all my time visually on how this is perceived, and then it's a woman's story, so it should be more of women writers writing that voice more so than Spike Lee kind of giving his perspective as like a 50-year-old Knicks fan. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree. Yeah, that's a good one.
So I am interested in checking. I mean, I'm liking the energy now. Like, you got Insecure, and you got She's Gotta Have It, and you got another season of Atlanta coming, and you got the Black Mayor show and all this stuff. I mean, just that you got like that plethora of different types of perspectives. We ain't really seen on TV of black people before. For real.
Black film, black TV show, we kind of shining right now. So I've been told I should. I don't have to finish the first episode of the season. I can watch past that and still enjoy it. Otherwise, I really wasn't feeling it. I didn't like that he was putting hashtags up on the screen. Every song he plays, the album.
Okay, I had this discussion with my friend earlier.
Hold on, let me finish. So the album cover of whatever song he just played appears on the screen. Some old songs, some new songs. Apparently, I think there was a Chrisette Michele song that was supposed to appear in that season, but since she sold out, but I even wasn't feeling that, I wasn't. So what else you got?
So I like the show personally. Like I said, I'm a Spike Lee fan, but I feel like with him, either you love it or you hate it. And they have a lot of people out here. The people I've talked to typically don't like Spike Lee films or his aesthetic, don't like the show. I mean, because it's not a linear show. You have the parts that's very speechy. They get very poetic. Some of the characters, they're very exaggerated versions of stereotypes of what...
Like Sharek.
Yeah, of what, that person would be like in reality. And then you have the things like that with the album covers that appear after each song. I know for me, on the first episode, when it popped up, I was like, wait, what is going on? But then after a while, it's like you get used to it. But that was a big debate I had earlier because my friend was like, between this girl trying to date all these guys, and she was like, I can't really get to it because I feel like I can't relate to her, because she was like, all of the things that he tries to do to be creative, she was throwing shade. Pull me out of the story instead of just telling a straight up story. And she was like, I feel like the only reason why I'm watching it is because it is a black director and a black cast, and I'm trying to give it a chance. I disagree, because I think it's a great story. I think it's great storytelling, and I kind of like the disjointed, poetic, symbolic sort of thing that Spike Lee has going on. So without giving too much away, I really enjoy it. And I also like the idea of seeing what it looks like to be a sexually liberated, polyamorous black woman, and a creative at that too, because she's an artist.
Yeah, I mean, I think it deserves its space. Even bad art deserves its space, because it's just like Kanye West quote, where it's just like, you know, I can't do the exact quote, but it's just that level of like, you should create something so that even if you don't get it right, somebody can see it and be like, oh man, I know how to make that better. So like, you get this, she's gotta have it, and it might not be the epitome of what it should be for like a leading black female show, but like, it'll be some little girl that see it and be like, oh man, this will trigger some stuff. And then maybe 15, 20 years.
But that happens with everything. You have to try, and somebody's gonna be like, oh man, I felt that lyric when you was like, give me a random lyric that I shouldn't have felt. Got the bag and fix my teeth. You know, like I'm sure that touched somebody. I'm currently fixing my teeth. You know, and for all praise to Cardi B. You know what I mean? But I'm saying, I don't know. I guess you saying like make make art regardless of.
No, I mean like you want it to be good. You want it to be good.
Somebody gonna like it.
You want it to be good. But I mean like, yeah, express yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I like I don't mind it being out there. Like, it could be bad, and it should be like, you know, if it's bad, be like, all right, we need to do this better. Like,
it should be something that
we haven't seen it.
Debate and talk. I've seen enough.
Well, no, I don't mean in the we haven't seen it like literally, but in that like this is something we haven't really seen.
Okay,
like
you go like
before.
Something.
This is a new thing.
This is true. What's up?
So I was just adding to the conversation that with cinematography, I think people, moviegoers, they get used to a certain rhythm. Like, a movie has to look like this, they have to have an end, and I'm glad that people like Spike Lee and other people are showing different versions of different stories of how it needs to be told. Because we don't have to tell a story the exact same way.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes as the consumer, we feel like it has to be the same way every time. And I think these people are being creative. I don't see why that's a problem.
Yeah, not a problem. Much appreciation for, you know, people who are putting out art, you know, and not everybody's supposed to like it or is going to like it. You know, it's supposed to be conversations and debates that happen about, you know, about the art, or else it kind of failed.
No, yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, I mean, you know, definitely I appreciate Spike Lee's aesthetic, and even the movies that he put out that I didn't like. Yeah. I could always say, well, wasn't nobody else gonna do it? It's like, you know. Right. So I mean, did y'all see She Hate Me? Did y'all see She Hate Me?
I seen bits and pieces. I saw it when I was too young, so it kind of had a little different vibe for me.
Just had too much.
It's a lot of sex.
It's starring a New Orleans' own Anthony Mackie, an actress from right here in New Orleans, but I love me some Spike Lee, but I couldn't get into that.
Yeah, it's like a weird kind of like, all right, we're gonna do this like government whistleblower story, and then this dude is having sex with a lot of lesbians.
And then there was even a scene where there was animated sperm swimming into an egg.
Oh wow,
with his face on it.
Man, I mean, one thing about Spike is freaky, man. He's freaky. Not that I mean, hey man, you know, freak recognize freak.
True,
but you know. From even school days, you know, Denzel's scene and He Got Game and all that.
Yeah,
like my dude is about
some freaky stuff.
He's about the skins.
When Tisha Campbell licked the
hair
down the part. All my teeth.
Yeah.
Spike Lee changed my life, and I love Spike Lee. I just you know, I can't rock with everything he do. But that was Keeping It Real with Jay Steele.
Yes, it was.
Thank you so much for that. So, by the way, you guys, I mentioned earlier that the Misbelief Radio Show is a podcast available on iTunes and at TheMisbelief.podbean.com. And I believe everywhere else you can get your podcast from, we're available. But we have a few brother and sister podcasts we want to shout out, like the Fly with Bats podcast. Even though I fired him, that's still my friend. I'm still going to support his podcast. So check out the Fly with Bats podcast at flywithbats.podbean.com. It's also available on iTunes. We also like Triliterate. They had me on one of the episodes a few weeks ago. That's our sister podcast. Shout out to Petty Mayonnaise and Petty Ketchup, his sister.
Oh wow. That's cool. I like those. I like all those names. Triliterate, Petty. Yeah, I'm a fan of all that.
It's a dope podcast, so check them out. Triliterate. Who else is this podcast? The Metal Hand of God. Kyle still does that one.
Yeah, he still does that one. I used to run a podcast. I'm getting it started back up at the turn of the year. Black Guys Next Door.
We mentioned it every episode we talk about podcasts. We mentioned
it's still on. It's a Black Guys Next Door Podbean. Me and my homie Brandon Phillips out of Mississippi. The Big Sip.
What's the format of your podcast?
Oh man, like we do we got like little segments like Shop Talk where we kind of recreate barbershop talk. We also try to do book reviews.
Okay.
Where because they like to say black people don't like to read. You know what I'm saying? So we have one episode where we actually dedicate a nice chunk to talk reviewing the autobiography of Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Just trying to do stuff that
You're bringing it back.
Black people reading out here. Yeah, bringing it back January. You know what I'm saying? Probably try to do it like every month. About an hour. And we try to keep it fresh. We also, we like to bring Caucasian folk on there and kind of, give them the rundown.
So that like that was a thing. Like we sometimes we like to have actual Caucasians
just
on our show.
The thing.
I can't say that we've
and ask them questions.
Oh, you actually asked them questions.
We ask them questions. We try to get some answers about some stuff.
Some things.
Well, one of the questions we ask is, what's the most what's the most racist thing you've done? You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
I mean, but the thing is, like, we raised in this this system, and it's not even subconsciously you didn't receive all these messages and stuff like that. So that's the way you work through it. You know what I mean? And I think it makes for interesting dialogue.
I bet it does make for interesting dialogue.
I also bring people that are like very familiar with me. I'm not just like, hey, Whitey, can you talk to me about how you're racist?
Right, they can find you a random white man and be like, answer me this.
Maybe when we do the live show, we could.
That's what's up. So yeah, check out those podcasts. There's a bunch of young black millennials here in New Orleans we're really stretching our wings with media. We're on podcasts. We're doing videos. Check us out on YouTube at TheMisbelief. Follow and subscribe. If you subscribe to our YouTube channel, we will give you a free lapel pin. So subscribe and then send us an email at TheMisbelief@gmail.com and you get a TheMisbelief lapel pin.
Step your jacket game up.
Yes. Speaking of jackets, if y'all watching the Facebook Live, show them the jackets you got. I can't talk about them on the radio can't see it, but
it's so
in the meantime, check out my Facebook Live. My name is DC Paul. Or check out who is DC Paul on Facebook. Our Facebook Live, and Kamari is showing off his fashion skills at the moment. We're still waiting on both of our guests to show up. But in the meantime, I think we're gonna take a break. Mastermind, what you got queued up, man? I love the artist, man. He's working on some awesome things. So I ain't gonna say did I already say who our guests were? I was supposed to not say their names in case they didn't show up. I did say one of them.
I think you definitely said one for certain.
Okay, well, if not, if not, we're just gonna have to keep it going with the co-host that we have. But in the meantime, man, check out Love the Artist. The song's called Muse. She was here on the Misbelief Radio Show once. But you know what? As always, just don't get nothing on you. Where y'all at, man? Lamont, Gian. We're gonna come back and do what's going on out here.
Yeah.
We're gonna start with Kamari.
So where did you get the jacket, Kamari?
I got this off of eBay, man. I was like just looking for like a regular Levi's jean jacket, and I came across this, and it's Jensen Smith, handmade in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And, I just like, all right, I'll drop a little money. It wasn't expensive neither, man. So hop on eBay, man. You find some gems there.
People don't
die for this jacket, by the way. I will die for it.
Now this jacket escaped the fire.
No, this is post fire.
Okay.
I used the money I got from the fire.
Don't worry about that. And so people be sleeping on eBay because everybody's so used now to going straight to Amazon.
Oh man,
because Amazon is so big.
I used to I was a big sneakerhead like 2010, 2011. So I would go on eBay and just be looking for stuff. And then I used to sell stuff on eBay and everything. So that's kind of how I got hip. And you just gotta really, you know, you gotta just be diligent. It's like, you know, it's a cooler way, because like when you go to like a thrift store, you don't just find something fresh out the blue. You gotta like, you know, you gotta sift through stuff. So like eBay, you gotta type in all them, all right, jean jacket, all right, this kind of, and then you eventually end up trying to find, like close to finding something cool, you know what I mean?
Right.
Shoes.
Right.
Little trinkets and stuff. They got like, I was looking up Jazz Fest shirts. Like, I just saw somebody with like a Jazz Fest shirt on, like from a certain year. I was like, oh, it'd be neat if I could find one of those. And then they got them on there for like $100 because it's like a mint condition Jazz Fest shirt from like 1995 or something like that. So, yeah, man, eBay.
Crazy.
eBay is where it's at, man. Amazon's not bad neither, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's just nice to, like, even, like, at this point, I'll just go on Google and type up some stuff and then try to just kind of figure it out. But
so we're not going to go into your event.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be doing an interview with the co-host.
Okay.
So you're a comedian?
I am a comedian in the city, yes.
You're a comedian, and you are
a part of Young Funny with DC.
Okay. Are you a musician as well?
No, I'm not a musician. I am a lover of music, though. Big lover. I like love dancing and stuff like that. Like, it was one of those things where, when I was a kid, I tried to do music. I just didn't have that patience and that discipline to like sit down and be like, all right. Like, I played the saxophone like 3rd or 4th grade. Like, you know, I went through band and went through the little thing, got it, and I just was like, I wanted to just look cool with it. I ain't really want to, like, I was like, man, this is hard. I don't sound like John Coltrane. You know what I mean? Like, that level of it. So, like, I just always put it down. But now, you know, since I've been down in New Orleans, I feel like, you know, I used to think this, like, you got to stick to your one thing that you know that you get at, and you just, but it's, you know, I feel like everything helps. Like, when it's creative, it all helps everything. And I've been interested in, like, trying to, not maybe get into music, but just, like, learn an instrument. Like, either the saxophone or, you know, play some guitar or something like that. Just because I really do feel a lot of connection to music. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, don't limit yourself is kind of what I'm learning since I've been down here.
That's what's up. Now, what brought you to New Orleans?
Man, so I was living in Columbus with 2 of my other roommates. One of them is a journalist and writer, just in general, and then the other one is a comedian, and she does graphic design. And so, independently, like my one buddy that's a journalist, Dave, he had lived down here like right after Katrina, and for like a year or so, and like tried to help clean up and wrote about the city and stuff. And then my roommate, she had kind of came down here and did comedy like a year or 2 before I was living with him. And so we kind of got in a situation where, you know, our lease was up on our place, and we were kind of trying to figure out what we were going to do next. And it kind of happened quick. And they were interested in moving and doing something different, and they suggested New Orleans. And so I had never been here. I never visited New Orleans. So it was one of those things like, all right, man, if I make this move, it's like a big leap. Right. And so, you know, I watched some stuff, got some inspiration. You know what I mean? Like, I had seen, like, I'd had contact with New Orleans culture. You know, we like the Cash Money and No Limit, all that stuff. And then, like, you know, I seen when the levees broke, and you know, I seen all these things. But even then, you still don't really idea what it's like down here. And so, like, you know, but it just seemed like, you know, it was, I think, taking risk. I liked really living with those people, like my roommates, Dave and Laura. I really like living with them. And so I was like,
still roommates?
Yeah, we still roommates.
Okay,
still,
cool.
We live up the street by the fairground. But yeah, I liked living with them so much that I was willing to take that chance, and they really thought that I would do well down here as far as like, or adapt to it. And I was like, I don't know how you thought that, but get down here and it's like, you know, this has been like a real kind of enlightening time for me. Cause like, the city I'm from is like a lot of black people, you know, struggling and stuff like that. And you got that level where like, you have the culture there, but it's not as celebrated, and it's not the same kind of energy. So to kind of come down here and see that, where it's like black people celebrated, and the music and food and all these things, and really kind of seeing entrepreneurs as black and all these different facets, and I didn't see that growing up. I just kind of saw people working, and I feel like that does something to your brain that you can't really quantify. Like when you see somebody like, oh, that's a businessman, he owned that, and you know you can do that just by seeing it. And so I feel like the people down here have like a level of confidence that back home we don't have, because we don't see it like that. Okay. And so like, you know, that's been big for me, coming down here and being like, oh man, you know, like, Yeah, if I got an idea, I can make it happen.
Well,
I gotta believe that. And you know, back home, it's not that same kind of energy because you did.
Well, it's so funny because New Orleans is real different.
Uh-huh.
But after the storm, but I guess so funny because people who live here, who growing up here, you know,
Yeah.
I went to all black schools my entire life. All my majority of my teachers have been black. All of my principals have been black. So I've always known that I didn't have any limitations.
Yeah.
You know, or what I could
And
do.
yeah, and so like.
We live, niggas.
Whoa.
Whenever you ready.
He can't run in like
By the
5
way,
heartbeats.
I can't say niggas on the radio, but nigga. Hey, you guys, and we're back. Welcome back to the Misbelief Radio Show here on WBOK AM 1230. Or you listen on WBOK1230am.com or on the WBOK app, or you're watching us on our Facebook Live, or you're watching us on YouTube, because we as millennials are multimedia. We out here all over the place. Wherever you like to consume your media, we're there. Instagram, we ain't on Twitter or Snapchat, but we're gonna be there soon.
He about to have his own app. We gonna engineer an app.
Millennial Senior app.
Let's speak that into existence. Somebody engineer an app for my boy.
That's what's up. By the way, you guys, I'm DC Paul, the Millennial Arsenio. Who's this to my left?
It's Jay still keeping it real, yo.
Word up, and who's this is?
Yo, so it's Malik of No Tours.
Word, who that is?
It's Kamari eating all the calamari. I got it. I figured it out.
You got a good one. And who's in the booth? What's happening, best of mine? So glad to have you here, man. What was that last song you just played?
PJ Morton. I love it.
Love me some PJ Morton, man. So he used to do the sound bites at the Ace Hotel, right? That was like a...
He still does it.
Well, the last one, it was on a Wednesday, and it was Albanathy who did it instead, right?
Yes, because he's on tour with Lettucey and Kirk
Right,
Franklin.
that's why I said he used to. But I mean, I guess when they get off the tour, he coming back with it?
Yeah. I mean, because it's his show. It's his show. And also, so he got a lot of things. He's coming back home, I think, tomorrow. So he'll be back.
How you know PJ Morton's schedule? PJ Morton will be in town tomorrow. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so.
Well, this segment here, since our guest ain't showed up, we'll go ahead and get on into it. Is what's going on out here?
Hey.
Ain't nobody gonna do the bats. What's going on out here? You heard me?
What's that?
Thank you.
What's that?
See, bats, we don't need you. Yeah, we're gonna add a Wazam.
Oh, all right.
We're gonna add a Wazam to it.
You done fired everybody.
Fired everybody. Even Kalena, our Lady Martian, got fired. She just showed up. Shout out to Kalena. Shout out to Brian Egland. Shout out to India Mack, Joseph Pons, Madani Graves, Susan Henry, Juan LaFonta, and all of our friends here at the Misbelief Radio Show, friends, partners, everybody who's helped us out along the way. But this is what's going on out here. You heard me. When we talk about local talking points, news, events, whatever's going on out here that interests us as millennials. I want to start it off. I got what's going on out here.
What's going on out here?
What's up?
My young funny homie Kamari Stevens has a show this Wednesday at the Hi Ho Lounge.
Oh.
It's called
The College Dropout Too. TOO.
TOO as in also.
Yeah.
I also
dropped out of college.
What rap has taught me.
What rap has taught me.
Right.
It's free 99.
Tell me some more about it, Kamari. So first of all, me and my homie Kamari are both stand-up comedians, as if y'all don't already know. We are members of this group called Young Funny. We do a show every Tuesday at Bar Redux.
Spontaneous show.
Yep,
Young
spontaneous show, 801 Poland Avenue. I've been doing comedy since 2014. Kamari, you've been doing comedy how long?
2012, I think.
Since 2012?
Yeah.
Okay, and when you joined Young Funny, like, right before me, I feel like.
Yeah, when I moved down here, I met Young Funny's late leader, John Rowe. And,
rest in peace, John Rowe.
Yeah, rest in peace, our buddy. And met Byron Broussard and Kyle Smith at an open mic one night, and we just knew that we were supposed to be together. And, from there, I've been Young Funny ever since.
Yeah, we're a group of stand-up comedians here in New Orleans. And we're funny. We did a 420 show. We did a show with Tiffany Haddish. Kamari actually put together.
Oh yeah.
Requiem for Black Lives.
Yeah, that was a cool one. Tiffany Haddish, when she was filming Girls Trip, was down here. And she would drop in at different mics and stuff and shows.
She was effing with us.
And so, sadly, I think it was right after the Alton Sterling murder. I decided to try to put together a little benefit show so we could raise some money for Campaign Zero. Which is the ray of Black Lives Matter, to kind of offshoot to try to help black people stop from getting killed by the police, and
True.
prison and stuff. But So did the show, and like, you know, Tiffany Haddish is a busy lady, and so we didn't know if she was going to definitely be there, but it was a miss that she might be able to drop in and do some time. And then she came, we did the show pretty much, it was like an hour and a half, you know, people had a good time, and then she came and she did like 45 minutes and killed the whole 45, and then she hung out and we chatted with her, and she's just like a lovely, funny, just like, she's a firecracker, man, like for real.
It was great being around her.
Do you have a phone number, though?
Nah.
Dude.
Yeah.
She don't answer. I still got that email address and all that. But yeah, so that was in 2016.
Oh man, so much. Man, I can't even.
That was last year, 2016, when we did that. Probably the same year we both joined Young Funny.
Yeah.
And then so you've been in New Orleans how long?
2 years.
2 years. You performed at the Joy Theater.
Joy Theater a couple times.
You've been making waves, man. Kamari, when Vice came
yeah,
out here
Viceland, the channel that nobody watches. Because I mean, people don't have cable no more. It's Netflix and stuff like that.
A TV appearance is a TV.
No, it is. You know? No, I mean, my mama took a picture of the little thing on the TV guide and stuff. But
I'm just saying, you've been getting that work and making waves.
Oh no, I've been trying to. I always try to play it down and stuff.
So, so the most recent thing we got going on is the College Dropout Too. Wednesday at the Hi Ho Lounge, right?
Yeah, Wednesday at the Hi Ho Lounge. I'm really, I've been trying to spread my wings as a performer. I mean, people kind of had this idea what they think a stand-up comedian does and everything like that, and I've been, slowly been kind of adding stuff in it that's like kind of close to my heart. Like, like I got bits about dancing. When I was a kid, I danced a whole bunch. And so just trying to like challenge myself in these ways and trying to bring different parts of my personality to the stand-up and kind of learning like, oh man, I can maybe do some stuff that's not just where I'm like, hey, let me make you laugh. I can maybe, do something that can have a little bit more of an impact. And, music
Kamari can dance, by the way. He loves to dance and he can dance. And you have a DJ in this show.
Yeah, so it'll be a lot of music in the show. We're gonna be going back and forth. It's gonna be a nice little flow where you have some tunes playing, some medleys of your favorite classic rap joints. I'm gonna be telling some stories about just how these songs imparted lessons on me and how I learned how to hustle and
you was hustling.
On the streets
of Dayton, Ohio.
Candy and bootleg CDs.
Okay.
And the hallways. Awesome. Yeah, I was about it, man. You know what I'm saying? I had my little bag, had my Jolly Rancher suckers. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get it. You know what I mean? And so just all that and just like really trying to go for like a memorable experience. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, rap is the biggest music. If you check the streams, it's what they put in all the commercials and everything like that. So. And it's impactful. It's impactful, and I just kind of want to show how it imparted a lot of lessons on me. You know what I mean?
About how long is the show?
We trying to. It's gonna probably run to like an hour and a half at tops. Hour 15. We're gonna try to keep it tight.
Show.
Yeah. So it's really. I think it's gonna be very surprising to a lot of people that's coming to it. You know.
This Wednesday at the Hi Ho Lounge at what time?
Doors 6:30, shows at 7. Please get there at doors. Because 7 we popping off and it's gonna be a lot. You don't want to miss it.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be there.
I got some, Brad. You gonna see some of the stuff, man.
Okay.
And you're gonna be surprised. And you're gonna be in there. Like I'm excited. I really want real New Orleans people to be in there and really check out the show too. Because like I like the show because I can kind of flex all these different muscles of different types of rap I heard growing up, but I really am trying to show some love to New Orleans since I'm down here. So it's gonna be some like joints that hopefully you ain't listen to in a minute that bring back some memories and everything.
Hey, I like your musical taste, man. You're from Ohio. Ohio got the Ohio players.
We saying we got Heat Wave, Lakeside, Zap, Roger Troutman. You know what I'm saying? So
who else? I don't know. Who else?
Well, you got Boosie Collins out of Cincinnati. I mean, it's a couple more I can't think off the top of my head.
I've heard him rattle off the names of the Ohio legends. So this man's music.
I mean, I gotta cherish him because like it is not a lot of hope in Ohio. Like it's like, oh man, it's cold and there's no jobs. What do I do?
This man's musical taste, I trust it, is not just vast.
Oh, I got something for you. I went back home for Thanksgiving and my great uncle passed away. He had a whole bunch of records left. I went through them and I got Frankie Beverly and Maze's debut album on vinyl.
What?
Yeah. And I'm gonna get my mama to send that down for me. But it's nice.
Dope,
it's got
man.
some joints on there. It's got some real good joints.
Well, Shun got a record player. Even though I fired her, I can still use her record player.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So
Yeah, I know you.
So she sure will.
For some fire Frankie Beverly and May, she sure will.
She won't even be listening to it. I'm just gonna borrow it and tell her she can't listen. Yep. So Kamari Stevens is what's going on out here. I see one of our interview guests just showed up, my brother Lamont Simmons. Lamont, why don't you hop on this microphone right here with DJ Mastermind and talk about what you got going on out here? Because the Power Circle 2017, tell us about it, my man. First of all, what's going on out here, Lamont? How you feel, brother? I heard that, man. You're a busy brother. Before I get into Power Circle, man, I didn't know you used to play football. For who? Oh. You still play?
Oh, for who?
She say for who?
Oh.
What position?
I've heard it down.
Oh man, he a hard hitter out here, bro.
No, so Lamont, you born and raised in New Orleans? Algiers? Oh.
Yo.
Oh.
Why, you could have just skipped the whole West Bank part. You had to say that. Now,
But it's Algiers, though.
Dark cloud.
But it's Algiers.
That's where it started.
It's closer to this side, though.
Right.
Is he putting up the 1.5? Is it 1.5? That's cool, man. Power Circle 2017 is observing National Human Rights Day. That's on December 8th through the 10th, right? You're having. Yeah, okay. But y'all are starting on the 8th, right? What's happening on that Friday? What? Okay, I thought that was what. Okay. Mm-hmm. They've been doing some good work since they've been open. There's some positive brothers in the area. Give them a little highlight. Okay, so Friday we starting at Cushite. What time? What we doing? That'll be at 6 p.m. Cushite Cultural Center, and then at 8 we got what? Craig Cultural Center. Oh, nice. Wow.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
It's a local brother? Okay, that's close enough, I guess. If we let the West Bank nigga. Okay. So that's on Friday, and then you call it a spiritual resonance party on Friday. Okay, then Saturday, what we got happening? There's a lot happening, man. So the Algiers Ferry Levee, what y'all doing? Is that 8 a.m.?
Yeah, that'll be early in the morning for those who get into dealing with the ancestors and spiritual resonance. So we're going to go out there, do a little ritual, light some candles, do some homage, pour some libations right there. On the levee right there, they have a plaque where the first slave pen was. So they used to bring the slaves, the Africans initially, to Algiers, keep them in the slave pen, clear them for 30 days of disease, make sure they're not sick or anything, then send them across the river to go to the auctions.
Y'all doing it all white for that, huh?
Yeah.
That's at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. That will be beautiful on our next Saturday, a week from today.
Right.
And then we go on the Black Star Cafe at 11, right?
And that's females only. That's
I guess I won't be going to Black Star Cafe. That's
inside.
The women's circle. I can't go inside.
You can't go inside.
But I can just kiss the ground that they all walked on, right? Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Stand out front.
Okay.
You might do a little security.
But that's it. So what's happening? That's the women's circle, right?
So, Mama Ayana Fire.
We love her. She just did a show 2 hours ago here. We love me some Mama Fire.
Black Pearl. They actually do that once a month. So I reached out to them to see if we could cut that into the weekend festivities.
Okay.
Just to get the women some time to each other to do what they do.
Nice.
You know, they got a little power we don't even understand.
I understand. That's real. So check that out at 11 a.m. at Black Star on Saturday. Then at 12 we had Martin Berman Charter School, huh?
Right.
It's a whole weekend full of festivities. Check you out, man. So what's happening at Martin Berman?
We're going to do some workshops. So they got a brother named Lawrence Burrell. He has a fitness and training program we call it MPS, Mental, Physical, Spiritual Training.
Okay.
He's going to do some fitness and nutrition. Another brother named Matthew Reese, he's ex-military. He's going to do some self-defense, survival skills. And the brother Roosevelt Muhammad from Young Professionals Boys and Girls Club.
I know brother Roosevelt. Yeah, man, he's a good brother.
Some chess boards, and we're gonna do a little chess out there too.
Okay, that's what's up. So that's at Martin Berman at 12 on Saturday.
Right.
Then at 7 we still have Martin Berman. Hey, it says Quest, Sonny Patterson, and who else?
Well, we have Sonny will be the host. That's gonna be the leading lady. Quest gonna back up. He gonna co-host it. And we're going to probably get some of the kids to do some poetry. Quest heads a poetry program over there at the school.
Yeah,
so
I hosted one of those shows.
Kids do a little poetry, have a few singers up there. It'll be an all-black affair, have some people with some food and drinks and beverages and stuff like that.
Yeah, we love Quest here on the show. He's been here twice. There's a scribe called Quest, a.k.a. Mr. Michael Moore, who works with and started Taking Down NOLA, young revolutionary brother that we love. That'll be 7 p.m. at Martin Berman Charter School on the West Bank. Spoken word, poetry, art, and music. It's a fundraiser, right?
Yeah.
Half of the proceeds are going to the school gardening program.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's dope.
That boy, Quest, we was at the reparations conference Thursday, and Danny Glover compared Quest to Langston Hughes.
I saw he put that on Facebook. That was that had to have filled his heart up, man. Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know if anybody knows Sonny. If you don't know Sonny Patterson, you never saw Sonny Patterson perform. You need to get in there.
Sonny Patterson, she had a Nike commercial. She was on the Arsenio Hall show. She was on Def Poetry Jam. She is internationally traveled poet from right here in New Orleans.
It's not internationally known and locally respected. Yeah.
Facts. Right. Facts. That's what's up, Kamari.
That's a rap.
With the lyrics, with the rap lyrics.
Yeah,
straight up. And then, so after that, that's at 7 p.m., but after that, we're going to be at Club Caribbean on Bayou Road. Yeah, at midnight. No, that's Saturday night. You can't say Sunday morning. 12 midnight at Club Caribbean, where everybody's going to be dirty winding all night, huh? That's what that is. But the Sunday is the culmination one, which one I'm most excited about. Because I heard y'all doing a second line from Circle Food Store to Congo Square.
From Congo to Circle.
From Congo to from the square to the Circle. Why'd you choose that route to do a second line? Tell me.
Well, Congo, if anybody know the history of
Congo,
that's where the first, actually here in New Orleans is one of the first places that slaves were allowed to congregate. And not only congregate on Sundays, but actually practice African rituals, cultures, drums, dances and things of that nature. So we wanted to make a push to start going back to Congo.
I thought they still do the drum circle there on Sunday, right?
To start getting on Congo, because they have people that's keeping the culture, but a lot of our people, they're not aware. And even if they know the history, they never actually been to that space and done anything significant on that space besides maybe pass through. So we want to do something specific and really go out there and pay homage before we start that party.
I love that drum circle that happens at Congo Square. Is it still every Sunday? I've been on the drums a couple times. I knew a couple drum players who let me grab it. And you're going to have some of the Monogram Indians out there too, huh?
Yeah, I reached out to a couple of elders, the Mohawk Hunters. They located in Algiers with Mr. Casby and them. Some of them brothers coached me in football in high school. And I also reached out to Victor Harris with Fire Yaya. And
Roots Run
Deep.
Deep.
For support. So most definitely.
That's what's up, man. And that's so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of next week. Most of it's happening on the West Bank. Most of it, Friday and Saturday on the West Bank. But that Sunday, we're going to start at Congo Square, beat some drums in respect to the ancestors. And then we're going to footwork all the way to Circle Food Store, huh?
Circle, it'll be an all-day event.
Nice. Be out at Circle with block party style?
Yeah.
Nice, man. I ain't been in second line all season. I'm going to try to go tomorrow. I can't promise you, but I'll definitely be at this one Sunday. That second line started at 9 a.m. At Congo Square.
Well, we're going to start the ceremony at 9. I'm hoping we finish by 10. So
Probably not.
Walking by 10.
Probably not. But you know what? Get out there at 9. Let's keep all of our fingers in our eyes and our legs and everything crossed. But as we get out there at 9, we beat them drums, have a good time. And I don't care, whatever time, I second line to the Circle Food Store with you. I'm about that. That sounds like a good time. So that's next weekend. The Power Circle 2017 celebrates National Human Rights Day.
Yeah.
Much love and respect to you, Lamont, man. I see what you're doing in this city, bro. It's much appreciated. Are you a millennial? You born between 82 and 02? Okay, perfect. Good, man. You helping us, be the change here in this city. Much appreciated. So what you got coming up after that, can I ask? Okay. That's going to be debauchery. I can't even promise you I'll be a part of that one now.
No Mardi Gras Day is in Black History Month this year.
Is it?
Wait, really?
It's in February.
Yeah, it's like February the
It's
7th.
early
never
this
mind,
year.
Never mind. I got you.
13th, Ash Wednesday gonna be Valentine's.
Wow, it's a lot.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. It's early this year.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be real active.
Okay. Listen, I turned to a new person doing Mardi Gras, so I'm going to try to be woke. I'm going to try to be woke, but more than likely, I'm going to be intoxicated. Sorry. You know, man, I've never made you laugh. I don't think, not that I've seen, man. So I'm here trying, like, let me crack a smile from this serious ass brother. Let me make him laugh at something. It's all good, soldier, man. Thank you for coming through, Lamont, man. And I will see you definitely on Sunday on Congress Square early in the morning. I'm an early riser. I'll be there probably before the Indians. Honestly, that's Lamont Simmons from Power Circle 2017, man. What else is going on out here, Malik? What you got?
What's going on out here? Well, we all know that Big Frida, the Queen Diva, she performed with Big Sound yesterday at Tipertina.
True.
But she launched her own wine.
She did launch her own wine.
Yes, a rose wine.
Frida Rosé.
They were chilling in Italy. She was inspired by this wine.
Come on now. She was chilling in Italy.
Yeah, she was chilling in Italy. Like,
and then what happened, son? And she was like, you know what?
She sipped something, and she was like, yo, I got to take this back to New Orleans. So it's a,
she was like, oh, this is good. You already know I'm taking this back to New Orleans. You heard me?
It's like, it's going down.
Basically.
So what's great about this, though, is Frida launched the wine from Second Vine Wine.
Mm-hmm.
Which is,
man.
And it was like, man. So,
Black owned wine shop here in New Orleans. Check out Second Vine Wine.
Yeah, so always supportive. You know, Frida's always giving back to New Orleans. So I got to give respect for that. And just, so you can cop this wine at Second Vine Wine.
That's what's up.
Oh, they need to make that into a bounce song.
I feel like Frida's trying to make a new single. Cop my vine, Second Vine Wine. I'm not a bounce artist. But that's what's going on out here, man. I got another what's going on out here. So a new black-owned coffee shop just opened up.
You heard me?
I love it. Me and Malik, we ain't never been at the same time, but we keep going to this spot. Backatown Cafe, or Backatown Coffee Parlor, actually.
Oh, man.
It's at 301 Basin Street. It is beautiful on the inside. I love it. The brother that owns it, Alonzo, good people. I suggest we all go patronize it, man. I've been there 3 times now. I had the chicken salad on croissant because I don't drink coffee. I had the peanut butter and banana panini, and I had the ALT is the avocado, lettuce, and tomato panini. And listen to me eating paninis. Right? Like when I start eating white people food. But you know what? Backatown Cafe got paninis that I can respect. You know, and I don't drink coffee, so I've been there. They got the Wi-Fi and the dope vibes. And be on the lookout because TheMisbelief will be doing events there once a month starting in January. Yes. Stay tuned for it. So I'm loving it.
Buy black coffee.
Yeah.
Yes. The blackest of the blackest coffee.
What you got, Malik? How you feel about the spot, man? Talk about it.
Yo, it's beautiful. There's a lot. I mean, when you see the space, there's so much that can be done in that space. So I talked to one of the vendors. So there's going to be some art shows there. There's going to be some photography shows. So it's going down at Backatown.
Yeah. Okay. Say it then. Okay. Should I release it?
Not.
Maybe a little teaser.
A little teaser. Okay. Yeah. So if you go to Backatown, you see ain't no art on the walls just yet, but. First Friday in January. Stay tuned for what's happening. And TheMisbelief will be in the building. Promise you that. So yeah, man, do support black-owned businesses here in the city, Backatown. It's cool. Do you drink coffee, Mastermind? I feel like you do.
Every once in a while.
Okay, because I know you do the yoga. You be going to Napa and doing wine counting and things like that. So I assume latte is the next step for you. Okay. Okay, well, yeah, we're gonna come up with some reasons for the non-coffee drinkers to go to Backatown.
They got tea?
Yes.
They have a tea selection.
Get you some tea.
Get you some tea.
I'm a coffee head, so I'm gonna have to
check them out. Yeah, they're right there in the little feet. And it's beautiful on the inside. So there was going on out here. Our second interview guest is also here. We're gonna talk to him about what's going on out here. Gian Smith. Gian. Right there.
What's
No,
up? Oh, wait,
Gian. We mentioned you earlier. Gian, how you doing, bro? What's going on out here, brother?
What's happening? Hello. DC, you also had the lemon cake at Backatown.
I did have this. I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. So the lemon cake, the chicken salad, the avocado lettuce, and the peanut butter and banana. All of it, I recommend. Everything I've had so far. I'm gonna get something different every time I go, so I can be able to say, "Hey, man, get this and that from Backatown."
The menu, the whole menu.
I plan on doing it. But Gian Smith, so we love local filmmakers, actors, local media people here at TheMisbelief. You know what I'm saying? We actors. You've employed me as an actor before, and I thank you for it, keeping me working, man. So you a local filmmaker, as we mentioned earlier, right, Gian?
Correct.
How long you been making films, man? Get him a chair so he can sit down.
Is that okay? Can I?
Yeah, let him get comfortable.
Can I start playing with the soundboard?
Nah, don't touch them knobs now. But yeah, how long you been making films, man?
So I would say the first step into filmmaking came when I was in 8th grade. I was 13 years old. At the time, I was making highlight videos of basketball games. I was taking the highlight stuff off Inside Stuff. I don't know if I'm dating myself if y'all remember Inside Stuff. It was an NBA show that happened on Saturday mornings. But I used to make highlight tapes out of the basketball games. And since then, I've just really had a passion for video editing and just putting visuals together and making narratives. And professionally, so to speak, I would say I've really been doing this since about 2013. I started with a web series that was based around the spoken word scene in New Orleans. And it actually was featuring a scribe called Quest, Mike Moore, who was a friend of mine dating back to McMain. Shout out to the Mustangs.
Shout out to McMain. You heard me here.
And so after that, I did a couple of shorts here and there. And currently, I'm working on my project that I'm developing into a series called The Adulterer.
Yeah, so The Adulterer started as a short film that you created, right? And what inspired you to want to extend it to web series?
Good story, to me anyway. I was with my co-producer at the time, and we were visiting somebody that she was connected to, who was another film guy, not a filmmaker per se, but he's, behind the camera kind of stuff. And we were visiting him. I was showing him the film because I wanted to work with him on a different project. And after watching the film, he's like, "What's next?" And I was like, "Oh." And I had answers to that, because in my head I knew what happened to all the characters. I didn't know everything that happened in their life, but I knew, a good deal of what I wanted the audience to perceive about these characters and where the direction that they would take following the incident that happens in the film. So I knew these things, but I hadn't really thought to put it to film yet. And after he said that, I was like, yes, I probably should go ahead and just answer all these questions that are kind of created with the tensions in the film.
And the film was, you started in 2015, right? And it's been to a dozen cities since then?
Yeah, it's a dozen film festivals, but
to screen?
I think they've all been in different cities. I got to think about that, but yeah. So I did about a year's worth of film festivals starting in the summer of 2015, and I finished up in about this time in last year, 2016.
Dope. You using all local actors on that?
In The Adulterer, the first series, one of the... for the series or for the short?
Just let me know who you working with. Drop some names, like Kenneth Brown, right?
Well, so I'm actually trying to write a couple of pieces, a couple of parts in for some people in the studio right now, but I ain't calling out no names.
All right.
And one person who's normally in the studio, and that kind of gave it away. But yeah, it's going to be pretty much all local actors that are participating in this project. Because that's who I'm connected to. I'm not, opposed to working with anybody who wants to get the work in, but, I definitely feel like support your own. And, these are people that I admire and I know have the talent, and there's no reason why we, shouldn't be pooling our talent and giving ourselves a bigger platform.
Facts.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had the launch well, you're doing a fundraiser for the adulthood to turn it into their web series, right?
Yeah.
And you had a fundraiser last Sunday at Cafe Istanbul.
I had a screening and / fundraiser launch, which was a fancy way of me letting everybody know in about 2 weeks I'm gonna ask y'all for some money. And so it served its purpose. Though it was I got the opportunity to screen some other films that are related to some of the people I'll be working with. So I screened a good friend of mine, Jonathan Jackson. He's a consultant and a producer on the film. I screened Adrienne Domino's short film, Wedding Vows. She's going to be my AD. I also screened Straight Line by Carl Harrison, and it's written by Jasmine Johnson. And Jasmine is not totally committed because she is an amazing actress. She's going to be a star one day, like very soon. And so she's about to go out to LA for pilot season. So she didn't want to fully commit to the project just yet because she's got some irons in the fire. But I think she appreciates the project and what I'm trying to do. So I think she's going to end up being on board, and I'm willing to work around her because she's going to be the centerpiece of this film.
That's a good choice.
I'm excited about the possibility of working with her on that.
Man, I got to shoot, just a real quick story. I got to shoot. She called me up to help her shoot an audition one time, and I got intimidated. You know what I'm saying? I was like, so you just want me to read these lines, or you sure you want me to? Okay, I'm gonna say it slow this time. But like she was. I could tell she was probably gonna get that role. Just the girl has got a presence on and off screen.
Yeah, she's dope.
Yeah, I love her. So yeah, man. So your fundraiser, it started already, right?
Yeah, I'm on day 5 now. Started Monday. So far, so good. And the fundraiser is definitely about securing the finances to produce this, which goes to obviously. I'm trying to pay my actors. You got to pay the crew. That's not a negotiable thing. And then location stuff like that. And so. Filmmaking is expensive, especially if you want to do something that's worthwhile. And it was a hard thing for me to get over, like pride and all those other things to say, okay, I'm gonna ask for this money from the community that I'm trying to give something to. But at the end of the day, I'm getting a lot out of it. I'm learning a lot of new things about myself. As a not only as a filmmaker but as an individual and in my capacities, I've taken on some new responsibilities on my own just to make sure that I'm really focused and centered around this project, especially during this time of the fundraiser. So it's been rewarding, just in 5 days, just to be able to connect with people who are supporting my vision. You know what I mean? Because they don't have to do that.
And I want to tell you, man, don't think no kind of way about asking nobody for help, because we talk so much about how we want to see more black directed, black acted films, black owned businesses here in the city. We want to see what we want happening. So we got to take steps towards supporting that. So absolutely, if we want to see some black films, some black filmmakers win, we got to support that, and we will. We will be sharing. Sure is. We'll be sharing your GoFundMe link. Is it GoFundMe or is it?
It's Seed and Spark. Seed and Spark is the link.
Okay, we're gonna share that from the Misbelief Facebook page and everywhere else we can to make sure we hit that goal, man. Because I believe in you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And share it, even if you can't donate anything. There's a whole lot of incentives up there. There's donation acceptances from as minimum as $2 up to whatever it is that you want to donate. But even if you don't donate any money, even if you're not contributing, I shouldn't say donate, they told me not to use that word. Even if you don't contribute anything financially to the campaign, that's fine. Just share it, because this campaign isn't only about securing these funds, because I'm going to get this money. It's also about building the audience and branding everything so that, after everything is settled and the dust is cleared, I have a product, I have somebody to show it to. You know, because I want not only to be able to reach back out to the people that supported me, I want to reach back out to the people that maybe couldn't support me financially, but were interested and wanted to see more of the project. So, you know, if you like the, you know, go watch the short film online. It's up. You can find it, just put in The Adulterer on Facebook, or you can look up the link and find it. And if you like the movie, share it with somebody, you know, share a fundraiser. Whether or not they donate, you know, they can still follow me on Seed and Spark, which would be one outlet for me to release the series, and you know, just stay in touch with the project. So, because it's going to happen one way or the other. You know, if I make my fundraising goal, if I don't, I'm making something out of this, no doubt. And you know, I need people to be there watching it when it gets made. So.
Is there a cutoff date for the fundraiser? Is there a cutoff date for the fundraiser?
Yes, the fundraiser is a 30-day fundraiser. They give you options, 30, 45, and whatever. I said, you know what, I'm going to do 30 because if I do 45, I'm going to be too lazy. Plus, I gave up a whole bunch of vices that I didn't want to give up that long. So,
right. I feel you.
I'm going to do 30, and I can't talk about the vices because my mom might be listening. But yeah, it's a 30-day fundraiser. It ends December 27th, so when y'all get y'all Christmas money, you'll still have a little time to contribute. And you know, after that, it'll just be about, you know, trying to get the product out. You know,
that's what it is, man. Thank you, G, man. We're gonna tell them where they can follow you on social networks so we can see that link, see the trailer, see what you got going on.
Absolutely. You can. I have my website for my network, PBE Soul. You can find PBE Soul on YouTube. It's Progressive Black Entertainment, so it's the acronym for that, PBE SOUL. You can find that on YouTube, or you can go to pbesoul.com, and I have all of the projects up that are going to be on my network, at Gian_Smith on Instagram and probably Twitter. I don't really use Twitter that much. And then also Facebook, just Gian Smith. You can find me. I'm friends with everybody in this room, so if you know somebody in this room, go put GIAN in their friends list and search me. And I'll definitely be talking about The Adulterer on my page. So.
That's what's up, G. Thanks for coming by, man.
Appreciate you guys.
My Corner Collective brother, we're gonna get it together. I promise you, we will be back, y'all.
2018 is gonna be a good year.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yes, it is, man. Oh, yes, I feel it. I feel it coming.
Shout out to my man over there in the gray sweatshirt. I don't know your name, but he did a hell of a set at whatchamacallit last time I saw him.
Oh man,
where you saw him at?
Redux.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it was bingo night. I think it might have been one of the other nights.
I mean, we always there. Thank you, man. I'm excited to see the Adulterer, man. You know what I'm saying?
The homie Kamari Stevens, I told you, he got the show coming up this Wednesday at the High Hole Lounge. We just got a testimony hearing that the brother is funny.
Right.
Yeah. We didn't plan him.
Nope. He didn't even know his name. He was like, I know you funny. Check him out this Wednesday at the High Hole Lounge.
High Hole Lounge, the College Dropout Too.
Yeah.
Well, Rap Taught Me.
That's what's up, man. Thank you, G, for coming by, bro.
Appreciate it.
Anytime you want to come back and give us updates, you know you're welcome, man. You got the number.
All right.
Speaking of numbers, man, 504-260-9265. Do give us a call if you're listening and you want to holler at us if you're listening live. If the show ain't Saturday night between 7 and 9 p.m., don't call me because somebody else will be at the station and they don't want to talk to you. But I love talking to callers. So we're going to do a few more What's Going On out here before we take a break. What you got, Jay Still? What's going on out here?
So y'all remember how, I think it was like a few months ago, Cardi B came down here.
Yep. How could I forget?
So apparently she's coming back.
Yeah, they're going to do it the right way this time.
Like December 29th.
How you know what date is happening?
I recently have kind of caught like the Cardi B fever, I guess.
Good.
And so, you know, like I saw a video she did where she called out the UN for the lack of, work in Libya with the slave trade and everything like that.
Did.
And then, you know, the motorsport verse was vicious, you know what I'm saying, with Migos.
And be getting nominated,
you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, you might try to be in there, man.
But this time she coming with, is it Manny Fresh gonna be with her?
It's the Nola Takeover. It's a bunch of different artists. It's Manny Fresh, Machine Gun Kelly. It's gonna be Cardi B. Tickets are on sale now. I think it's like $20, but it's with the Swisher Sweets art project.
Oh,
it's called the Nola
Swisher
Takeover.
Sweets.
Right.
What's going on at the Joy?
So y'all know.
Joy. That's what's up, man.
It's about to be lit there.
First of all, it's not happening on the West Bank this time, so that's one
in a no-name place with people not getting what they supposed to get. you know?
Basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, check Cardi B out December 29th, the day after my birthday, at the Joy Theater. That's a Friday.
I think there was a sneak move for the birthday. That's like, that's going to be
No.
birthday.
You gotta know me.
We gotta get DC a sweater.
I'll take a sweater, man. My birthday is December 28th, but I normally I'm not a big, like, my birthday kind of person, because it falls in between Christmas and New Year's, and I just, you know, we already turning up.
Feel neglected?
No. It's just like, you know, if we already going out in between those days, let's just keep going out and celebrating. But Oshun try to make a big deal every year. She'll tell you, and it just be like, let's just do what we usually do, you know. But
try to take over the world.
Basically, hoping to get his work. Getting his work on Thursday, December 28th. But that's what's going on out here, Cardi B. What you got, Malik the Freak? What's going on out here?
I just have a question for you, DC Paul. What's up with your boy Dan Rue?
Man, you
I have to ask you. I gotta ask you that, bro. What's up, man? Like,
So first of all, I'm not all that happy about whoever this cat was who recorded the if y'all don't know already, Dan Rue, we talked about him before. He is the guy with the beard and the ball cap who dances with Knick Knack Paddywhack.
Who I thought was black.
Yeah, right. So many people they let the beard and the ball cap fool them. They never knew that Dan Rue was a white dude.
Straight up white
but
dude.
If you go to his Instagram page, he ain't try to hide it.
If you backtrack, you could clearly see that he is a white bread, white.
Right.
White dude.
Yeah, because I thought he was just Creole.
No, regular white. And most folk had never even heard him, a lot of folk had never heard him speak before.
That too.
So one of the first times people were hearing his voice, his friend is pretty much like goading him into saying the N-word on his camera, and then like telling him, I'm going to put it on YouTube with your consent. Which, first of all, I mean, that dude is slimy for that. Like, don't be, that was unnecessary. You know, but at the same time, Dan Rue's callousness with the word, I say it all the time. I say it if I want to. I said it on somebody else's podcast.
Right.
And he just said it. He was like, so what? You know, which, you know, it's such a touchy, you know, people feel different types of ways about that word, and especially with white people saying that word. So, you know, I was going to say it's one thing. They both are pretty much unacceptable to me, but like hearing you say it in a song casually is one thing versus hearing you say, I can say it if I want to.
Right,
I'm saying it. You know, like, so what? I'm saying it.
And then, like, the main reason he's popular is because all us black people have been sharing and being like, oh, baby, you live.
Right, by him doing our dances and just pretty much fooling people into thinking he was a black person.
Right, and you would think that with them knowing the power of social media and the platform
that
you
he
have,
would not.
and he's recording you.
This dude got way more followers than me, and there are so many things I would not do on camera.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you would think if somebody holding a camera in your face, I don't know, if you care about your brand.
But just being smart and knowing who your audience is and what you have to do to cater to them. I don't get down with either or, because I think Knick Knack, whatever his name is, and Dan kind of appropriate culture and kind of it's almost like a minstrel show in a way. So I disconnect with them. I don't follow them. I don't talk about them. And then I know Skip and Big Chew personally and Game Overboard. So when I heard about the whole situation between that, I was very just put off by them. So I don't talk bad about them, but I don't support them neither. So it seems like, and also kind of like the whole, you know, Beyonce and Messy Maya thing, like how people come to New Orleans and they use our culture and then they profit off it and they don't really give back to the community or the people that they got it from.
Right.
Well, I mean, early on, I think Knick Knack Paddywhack and Dan Rue were from Baton Rouge, right?
Nick is from here.
What part of here?
I don't remember, but I went to school with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where?
Not on the West Bank. I've never been to the West Bank.
But so before, like, it got really popular when he was doing the whole voice. I saw the video where he was like, man, I've been talking like Big Chew all day. So he acknowledged that he was doing the Big Chew voice.
Right.
And I don't feel like you have to say that every time you do a video. I'm doing Big Chew again, you know. But he was entertaining and funny, him and his friend, you know. And ain't nothing wrong with laughing at somebody who's dancing and being silly, you know. But like, they need to step light when it comes to being our entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna allow you to entertain us. You know, don't think you can so callously disrespect us or say a word that you know you shouldn't say. Right. And first of all, why do you even want to say the N-word, Dan Rue? Like, what, you know, like, you got so many words in the English language. You could even say N-word. You know, like why you gotta say that?
Right,
you know?
like why go that far?
Why we can't have nothing? What you say, Kamari?
About Dan Rube.
Oh, no. Okay, well, that's what's going
no,
on.
No, I mean, I got one.
Okay, well, come on.
So
Kamari,
Black Girl Giggles, affiliated with Young Funny, headed one of the co-creators is Geneva Joy, First Lady of Young Funny.
Mm-hmm.
They're having another comedy show at the Always Lounge December 7th. So after you go to the College Dropout Too, where Rap Taught Me at Hi-Ho on December 6th, you can go across the street the next day and see Black Girl Giggles
this
with
is on Thursday, right?
Toy Free, Thursday.
Toy Free, yeah, man. So why they always they working, man?
They are trying to. They're not messing around. They're trying to get ready for Essence next year.
Yes,
they come back harder.
We had Ashley Branch from Black Girl Giggles here on this show a few weeks ago. She talked about how they're an all-black female stand-up comedian troupe here in the city. Started by my baby Geneva Joy, but they are making waves. And I went to their show. I went to their show on Friday before my show in the East. I went to their show first, and it was definitely funny. Like Ashley is a host. She's on.
She's hilarious.
Brianna Bagnaris, Camille was funny. Ketchy was funny. They had a guest. They picked good guests. Yeah. You know, so
variety. You know what I'm saying? And
What time Black Girl Giggles? That's Thursday at the Always
9 o'clock.
9 p.m. And this usually free, but they be selling pecan candy.
Well, hook them up.
Hook them up. Definitely. If you
They'll
go
have
to
a
free
bucket
show,
that you can put some money in.
There you go. If you go to a free show, make a donation, buy a pecan candy. Geneva, I think she made these pecan candies, and she kept saying pralines. She was like, "Yo, make sure you buy my pralines." And I was like, girl, ain't nobody finna buy you pecan candy if you keep calling it praline. She's from Philly. I was like, you could say plarine, and that even sound more tasty than a praline, but hopefully she got it right. They tasted fine, it just didn't sound appetizing because it was praline.
You gotta say, hey, T-Day, can I have some pecan candy, baby?
Yeah. Like, hey, Miss Gladys, you got that pecan candy on you? That's how I do it. But that's what's going on out here, the Black Girl Giggles. You got one, Malik, the free?
So, Sunday, 7:30 p.m., Dillon University Concert Choir will be bringing people into the Christmas spirit with their annual holiday concert. This is, I think, the 82nd concert. So they've been doing it every year for almost 82 years. So come out. It's free. It's open to the public. And a lot of people from all over the city annually, they wait for the Dillon Christmas concert.
Yeah, I'm bringing my grandmother to it. She's a Dillon alum, and she loves going to the Yes, Bernice. She's Z5B and DU.
I had no idea.
Oh, yeah.
I need to meet these. I need to meet.
You never met Bernice?
I think once. When
I feel like we saw you at, was it the last year, the Christmas concert where I needed somebody to help me escort her in? Maybe it wasn't you. It was another
it was yourself?
Possibly. Another heavy-set, helpful person from DU.
Shade.
It's about 60. So, yeah, man. Mastermind, you got what's going on out here? No. What you got?
I don't know if y'all pay attention, but on St. Bernard Avenue, they're building this big thing right now.
St. Bernard and what?
It's like around St. Bernard, Germany, like right next to Danny's.
Okay, what they building?
They're building a center where like they're gonna be doing yoga and like.
I did see. Okay.
It'll be like a whole big center for
Dope. Okay. You know if that's one of us that's building it or not? Is that one of us?
I'm not exactly sure, but I know that neighborhood needs something like that.
True that.
In that area, so I think that's a big positive change.
Yeah, definitely, man. I like the St. Bernard Strip. I think on Thursdays you can bar crawl on St. Bernard and they have something going on at a lot of those bars, like the other place, Rays on the Ave is our spot. Sydney's is right there. You can really take it all the way down to St. Bernard and North Claiborne, where they got the Neo Jazz School of Music. They have a Thursday night thing. So yeah, man, check out them bars on St. Bernard on Thursday.
Do the Autocrat do something?
I ain't never been to Autocrat.
Me neither. It's for a historical club. I mean, I think we need to go and revamp the Autocrat.
I ain't about revamping. For what? Okay, well, like I don't know what we have in there. Like they have DJs. Okay.
I've like ridden my bike past there, and it's like I've seen it jumping. Yeah, I'm like, what's going on in there?
I'd be wondering if it's I'd be looking for the live music more so than just the club atmosphere. Mm-hmm. But if they just do but if they do the DJ thing at the Autocrat, that sounds pretty cool. People be in that thing, man. What DJ it be? Because I don't know. We should find out. We're going to do one more before we go on break. Now, Jay, still, you got what's going on out here?
I do have one. So, coming up next Saturday, there's going to be an event called Mojo's Bounce Fitness Fest.
Oh, I love Mojo.
And it's going on Saturday, December 9th from 11:30 to 1:30 p.m. at the New Orleans Jazz Market. And you can get your tickets on Eventbrite. The event is also on Facebook. It's basically a 1-hour class that you're going to be doing bounce music, exercises, and all that kind of stuff. Twerk routines, cardio, and then they're going to have a spiritual therapist after to help you cool down, and they're going to have mimosas and socializing and all that kind of stuff.
She does stuff over at Dancing Grounds, doesn't she?
I don't think Mojo is she don't do the twerk shop. If that's
not the twerk shop, but it's like I took a bounce class, I think. And it was one of those ones where, like, I ended up in it. Because I was doing the dance. I was going to dance. And I was just checking out all the classes. So I ended up in there. And I was thinking, like, I'll just be like, I think it was, like, supposed to be, like, a line dance, And so I get in there, and it's, like, heavy bounce. And I'm one of the only men in the class. And there was a lot of, no ass.
None at all.
I can say ass.
You can say ass.
Yeah, no ass. And, it was, like, if you needed, like, expertise level ass motion, and I wasn't there for, but she was very nice, and it was a good class.
Was it Mojo?
Yeah, I think so. I really think so.
I know it's a few girls. There's Chocolate Pop Make It Drop, who teaches the twerk shop, and then also my girl Lala Smith.
I took a because she did the dance hall.
Which one?
Yeah, and she's legit.
Yeah,
I mean, the ones I went to was, but I remember her. She just like got into it, and we was just doing it, and I was up here like, oh man, I feel like I'm in a Sean Paul video. You know what I mean? Like I used to do this in the room. You know what I mean? Like.
So yeah, man, Mojo's bounce fitness class is happening. When is that again, Jay Still?
It's happening on December the 9th.
December the 9th at the Jazz
Saturday,
Market.
the Jazz Market.
We're gonna share that on the Misbelief page too, and that's what's going on out here. Malik, you got one more for us before we close it down?
Yeah, so you can have fun with the Congo Square Preservation Society. That is a society that do the drumming on Sundays on Congo Square. But they're also doing a Cold Noir outdoor historical drama preview. So this actually is going to be a drama. These people, they're the company, will be putting on a play about the Cold Noir, which is the Black Codes in French. And they're going to be giving a preview of their play for free tomorrow at 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock. So it's going to be pretty cool. In Congo Square.
Oh, in the square?
Yeah, so
nice.
So to do it in a place where the Africans actually have to follow those laws is real cool.
Nice. That's what's going on out here. Hey, Mastermind. What you got queued up for the break?
I got that chick by Kodak.
Oh, I went to high school with this brother. He was the quarterback our senior year in high school. So this is, by the way, I said it before, we only play music by local independent artists here on the Misbelief Radio Show. So if you're one of those, send it to us at themisbelief@gmail.com. We'll make sure it's clean. We'll put you on the playlist, whether we like it or not. So this is No Chick by Kodak. Stay tuned to the Misbelief Radio Show. And don't get nothing on you.
Hey.
Check the phone lines. I don't know if you can check the phone lines. Martin said it's not working.
Martin said the phone line ain't working?
Yeah.
I'm trying to listen to this song.
Oh, I'm
I like it.
myself on that.
Yeah. It's cool. Jay,
What you got in that bag? You got food in that bag? But we got food in that bag.
I ain't got food in the bag because you would have smelled it by now. Because you already know.
What you got in that bag? What is that? He's not saying anything.
My Black New Orleans Bible. I got it.
Is this something for me or you just said my name?
Did I say your name?
I thought you did.
But yeah, I was just saying how.
What? Show us the book.
Okay, yeah.
No?
It's a secret weapon.
Oh, okay, never mind. I think he's studying. Right? I'll go say hi to the food people. Miss Selena. Oh, you look gorgeous today.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
Feel good.
Feel good.
Feel good. Chilling. Wish I bought a jacket.
Oh, yes. Let's do a little braid action.
Oh, it's not done yet. I'm actually doing it myself. And they're going to be like all the way to my knees. So it's been taking me like all day to finish them. It's not done yet.
Hey, beautiful.
Hi.
You look so nice. How are you?
Good, how are you?
To me.
Yes.
You look so nice.
Thank you.
You got a photo shoot or something?
No. I actually don't have any makeup on. I bought some new...
You have melanin. You really don't need makeup, but hey.
But black soap with lavender in it. Have the face glowing. Braided my own hair. I can't wait for you guys to see it next Saturday.
So I broke my bike coming here.
Hi. How are you? Oh my gosh, it's my
Soundboard guy.
I feel like butter.
Yeah, it's like
I feel like butter. Yeah.
They still swirling on us.
oh, and your boots. You need to twirl on us.
I didn't notice your boots.
Yeah.
Very.
I hope you go home and go to sleep.
Did you come straight from Atlanta to here? That side? I mean, wouldn't you rather do that than me like?
No, sounds like if
Go.
You're gonna be knocked out, right?
So Facebook Live wants the tea. The tea is Jay Still's been on the road.
Sitting there working.
No, she's been on the road. She was working. She was doing some acting work, and she had just came back after a lengthy travel destination. You know, and I don't want them to say you was on the road.
Okay, yes, I landed 3 hours ago from Atlanta.
Atlanta should be electing a new mayor today, right? I think so.
I just.
Yeah, let's hope they do right. We're gonna pray that they do right.
Yeah.
Don't get the back of my hair.
Why?
So what did you do? When did you?
I decided this morning I was gonna braid it.
I love
Really? This morning?
And they're all the way to my knees, so it's taking me very, very long.
Let's take photos.
It's not done yet.
So fabulous.
I've had it done before. I've paid to get it done, but I'm gonna do it myself. Yeah. I was just like, I'm paying $350 for this. I'm gonna do it myself. Yeah. And I'm leaving for my vacay, so I was like, I'm just gonna dye my hair. I'm going to Abuja. Can I come with you?
Just taking the bankers.
Sure. You got your.
It's so funny. I heard
get your
2
vaccines
seconds or
good.
something. I was like, just taking the bankers.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. I hear it now. Never mind.
So, since it's December, we're officially in December. Let's ask some December questions. What is your favorite Christmas song of all time? Anyone have one?
Donny Hathaway.
This Christmas? Okay.
Let me say something. I don't know what it is this year, but Christmas music this year is like, I hate it. But I love Christmas. Like, they started playing on the music on the radio this week, and I was just like, ugh.
I think it's the weather. I think because it hasn't had like a little strong stretch of it being cold.
And I just feel like this has just been such a crazy year. Like, so many things have happened. I mean, I'm gonna still get my tree and all that stuff. I don't want to hear that music. Like,
yeah, right.
I need to hear it sparing. Like, it's annoying.
They played Mariah Carey. All I Want for Christmas, and I'm like sick of that song.
Yeah.
I hate that we're playing the same old Christmas songs over and over again, and we're not giving new Christmas songs a chance. I don't know.
It's like 4 minutes.
Like, oh, you guys should check out Landon Oob on Spotify or iTunes. He has a really good Christmas song. He's a local. Support locals. Wait, I forgot the name of the song, but if you type in his name, you'll find it. It'll have a Christmas tree somewhere on it. But yeah, I'm sick of Christmas songs.
I'm so tired of it.
But I do love Santa Baby. Santa Baby.
Eartha Kitt?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Because I'm low-key materialistic and a gold digger, so that's why I love that song.
What about Christmas movies?
Oh, I love Christmas movies.
I can rock with that. Just don't want to hit it.
Are y'all watching Hallmark or what's going on?
No, not Hallmark.
What's the old
Christmas Carol?
Yes.
That's my.
No, what about the old school ones that look like clay and they be like?
Oh yeah.
The Red-Nosed Reindeer.
I love
Frosty
those.
the Snowman.
Yes. And fucking the Jetsons. Like
Fucking the Jetsons. I've never seen that.
The Jetsons Christmas?
Never seen
Y'all ever seen the Garfield Christmas special?
Yes.
No.
Clearly, I didn't have a childhood. No.
Clearly.
Oh, clearly. Oh, you should binge.
I like the Garfield Christmas, the Charlie Brown Christmas.
Yeah. Oh,
Naturally.
Charlie Brown Christmas.
Yeah.
I like Roots Christmas Story.
Roots?
Yes, Roots has a Christmas story.
They do got a Christmas mini series.
Yes, they do, and that's like one of my favorite.
Wait, when is this new?
Like when the original rules
They had like Chicken George in there.
Yeah, when the original rules came out, yeah.
Man, you know, I did one of those. You know, how you had a little memory thing.
So I'm
I don't think I want to see that.
Yeah, like it kind of makes me nervous.
Right.
Like I'm still trying to think about it. Like
I feel like that's like
setting
the
up your
first
Christmas tree,
Black
put the
Christmas
star on it, and
tree.
like,
And it's like some
I'm
spam
actually,
we're gonna celebrate.
I'm trying to.
Like,
My
right,
mom been-
like whipping them in their bag and forcing them
That
to
make
like,
me ignorant.
I definitely
right?
sing the carols.
Right?
Ah.
The star is crooked. Like, good God.
Carter
gotten
Word
very dark.
said she is gorgeous. I don't know which one, so we're gonna say he's talking about both of you.
He's talking about
They're both
Kalena.
gorgeous.
Kalena's freaking gorgeous.
They're both gorgeous.
He's talking about Kalena. Kalena is the shit. And she's a fucking queen. She's look at this queen with this queenly bag.
Queenly bag.
Queen. Let me stop.
Stay right there. You will do the interview for both of y'all. Y'all came late.
Are you going up?
You didn't get a proper intro with the applause and shit? Because you wasn't here on time. Like when you
I know, I was just gonna
just applause this whole
Lord,
episode.
I'm going to pray that this pre-recorded video is not 10 minutes long. Thank you.
What, Martin? For the best? Yeah. We might have to wrap it up from here. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Misbelief Radio Show here on WBOK AM 1230. I'm DC Paul, the Millennial Arsenio, slim waist, baby face, deep voice, #1 choice, and the hardest working man in show business. Who's this to my right?
It's Jay still keeping it real on this side.
Word. And who's this to my left?
Yo, this is Malik of No Nula Tours.
And our special co-host for the week.
Kamari eating calamari on the safari.
On a
Word.
Alright.
And then who it is in the booth? Oh man. Oh, that sucks. What was that song you just played? Like, I don't know. Oh, what?
That was a great song. What was that?
That is my favorite song by Tank of the Bangers. Didn't it appear on, what was it, Queen Sugar or some?
No.
It was on Queen Sugar. Shout out to Tank of the Bangers. Wow. They did a live album recording at Gasa Gasa this past Monday. It was so dope. It was awesome to be there. But yeah, I was there. Sure was on the list. I love them. I've been loving them, man. I'm so happy for all their success. They've been so inspiring to me. Tavia, their manager, who was on episode 2 or 3, I believe. Her birthday was this past Wednesday.
Yes, they came by in the jazz market.
Yeah, they had a party bus. They came by the jazz market.
And
She was so pretty.
Yeah, and she's normally big shirts, jeans type of girl, but she dressed up for her birthday, and it was
makeup, her hair done.
It was bald day.
On. Yeah, I was like, "Well, this body come from, Tom? Damn, you banging with the rest of the bangers I see, banging ass body." So yeah, shout out to Tank of the Bangers, man. We love them so much. Can't wait till they come here on the Misbelief Radio Show. They said they would one day. We just gotta wait on it. But so this next segment on the Misbelief Radio Show is the one where we like to let our resident rebel go unbridled. Now, yes, I fired him, but I'm still a good friend, so I'm gonna let him pre-record his segment for this week, and then after that we'll talk about whether I'll have him back in the station.
Michael Flynn Bats?
I had some Michael Flynn Bats. Yep. Gave him his walking papers. But this is his segment where I like to let him go unbridled and smack somebody on the back of their neck for doing something deserving of it. I almost hit a bad word. I almost did. But Mastermind, go ahead, cue that up. Oh. Mm-hmm.
I try to keep my cool, but I never do it. I really wish I was in the studio up there for real with y'all. But you know, gotta handle business. So this week's necking, if you've been on social media at all,
Everybody turn the headphones all the way up so we can get some volume. They stay all the way up? All the way up? All the way up.
I'm talking about the cat whose dance moves are so smooth that people give him a pass to call him the N-word. That's how great he can dance. I'm talking about Dan Roof. Dan Roof, for people that don't know, is like this mute dancing type type cat that a lot of people that would go around
Give us some
thinking Patty
visuals.
Webber his name is. They do all these joke videos and he'll be known. A lot of people already feeling like, he was Cobra. People who already knew that he was white, like you do appropriating, but
I know he was white.
we always let people to the cookout for whatever freaking reason. And he been getting passes on, basically getting rich off of black culture. And we let that go down the line. But I'm not even tripping on you getting your money, dog, necessarily. But when you come into the culture, you gotta respect the culture. And one thing about black culture that you've heard me say many times before on this show is white people don't get to say the N-word. Well, it should be able to go without saying, but apparently we still gotta say it in 2017 because not only did this white boy feel comfortable with saying the N-word on camera, see, to break it down a little bit, a video dropped of Dan Rubin in an argument with some other cat. Then this argument, in the mid-argument or whatever, Dan Rubin, mad because the dude checking him for saying the N-word. And he feeling like he is entitled to say the N-word because his black partners called him a cracker. Well, black people call each other the N-word, so what's the difference? Black people take up 60% of the country. Black people in positions of power or oppression to really hold any other race down systemically. If black people bring a horde of white people to a foreign land, force them into free labor like cattle until they died, proceed to refer to them as N-words as a means of demonize, murder, rape, and entire people. But black people magically now have the same privileges as whites in this country. All these things, I don't remember cracker having that much attached to it. I mean, most people already knew that the term cracker comes from the cracking of the whip, and slaves at that time would call the white man a cracker because he was cracking the whip. So at times when mofo call you cracker, he's still kind of giving you a power position. But coming from a white person's lips, the N-word will never feel empowering, will never feel brotherly, will never feel good. If you really my partner, if you really my white friend, my white homeboy, you shouldn't even want to say the word around me. Really. His partners was like that. He said the N-word all the time. Y'all mean letting this dude say the N-word all the time. It just boggles my mind. I'm trying to imagine going and tell all the people that spilled blood, all the people that died for us, grandparents, all the people that's been in the cities, all the people from slavery. All these black lives has been killed and lost and blood spilled in the name of having us have even an inkling of equality, having even an inkling of being on some level playing field with these mofos. I just couldn't imagine going and trying to explain to them like, yeah, well, it's 2017 and I'm good with white people calling me the N-word. It's fine. It's fine. I can't see how black people could be thinking, knowing the history, knowing the context of America. If anything, it's a black privilege of yours to be able to not let them be able to say that freaking word. You know how much stuff they get to have? White people don't. White people can get, they feel like they have access to everything. Everything they can steal, everything they can touch, everything. And the one thing that they can't do that we through our blood, our sweat, our tears, our beings. You know what I mean? They started the word and we took the word because they birthed the word and we flipped the word. And the only reason we flipped the word because in order to maintain our sanity in them times, it's like my we fellow prisoners in here. We fellow brothers and sisters in this struggle. And that's a earned situation. That's a burned situation. And I fully understand the black people that say that nobody should be using the word. I feel y'all, but that's our prerogative in our community, in our culture, and our freaking family to discuss and dispute. If you're a black person that don't want nobody saying the N-word, I respect you. If you're a black person that want to say the N-word, I respect you, because we're both black. If you're a white person, you're trying to convince me and argue with me. This dude Dan Rubin argue for his right to be able to call black people the N-word. Am I going to holler at my gay friends and argue with them for my right to call them an F-H-E? Am I going to get around women? And if I see them calling each other the B-word and H-O, whatever, am I going to be like, oh, since y'all calling each other that, then I can call y'all that?
You're listening,
Is that how the game go? Am I missing something here? I'm so angry, bro. Anybody that got white privilege should not be able to say the N-word. It's that simple. Because at the end of the day, when the people come for you, whether it's the police, whether it's the KKK, whether it's some white person that don't want to hire your black ass, when they see Dan Rubin, when he chip off that bed, guess what? He still get the beat. He don't get the beat at N-word. You do. Because I be damn if you spit my crump off face. I be damn if you spit my crump off face. So nah, no Dan Rubin. I don't give a damn about your apologies. Ain't no white person got enough rhythm for them to be to call me the N-word to my face. You know what's cool with that? Y'all out y'all freaking minds. All y'all should get neck. Dan Rubin should get neck. His squad should get neck. And every black person who think that is cool needs to get a mighty helper to that neck. Shouts out to Mastermind, man.
Come on. Slay the coon. Woo! And that was that Nick. That's one of my favorite segments on this show, man. When Martin got some ideas. Check him out on the Fly with Bats. Even though he ain't on the Misbelief this week, but check him out on the Fly with Bats podcast, available on iTunes, man. The guy's got some words, some ideas. He said, "Flip the word." I thought he was gonna flip the bird.
I know,
man. He always gets close to the line.
Close, right?
Real close to the line. But shout out to Martin.
The good thing he does is like he has the energy of the curse, but he's like
the
freaking.
The spirit of the curse is there.
He'll make you feel it without saying it. That's the home that actor got Martin Bass Bradford.
It's like a whiplash.
Yeah. So we like to. Martin always turns us up at the end of the show, and then our Sankofa Birds turn us down at the end of the show. We only got one Sankofa Bird this week. The other one got fired.
Flown the coop.
Yeah, but that's fine because you don't hold us down by yourself, huh?
Yeah.
Our Sankofa says, but we take a look back at something that came before us, and we meditate on it. So we're gonna look back at it this week. Malik, what you got?
So for this Sankofa session, I decided to go back, way back, all the way to the 1800s, and I picked a person, Brass Coupe.
Okay.
So Brass Coupe was a well-known dancer in Congo Square. This brother lived as an enslaved African during the colonial times in the 1800s in New Orleans. Brass Coupe, like I said, he was a great dancer in Congo Square. He got the nickname Squire. You know what Squire is? So he got the nickname Squire. He eventually ran away. Now, the areas that we know Gentilly eats, all of that was swamp. Mm-hmm. So a lot of Africans ran away from New Orleans or ran from the French Quarter, from Treme, and they lived in the swamps. And sometimes when they needed stuff, they stole stuff from the plantations and from the city. So there was a big hindrance on the city. And Brass Coupe was one of the most famous stealers. Like, he would steal everything. He was like, hey, I'm in the swamp, I'm living, I gotta eat. Y'all got it, I'm coming to get it. Mm-hmm. So the police made this campaign of like, let's use him to tell the citizens of New Orleans that we need to get guns. So they had this whole campaign that they made so they can get guns. And then they did a manhunt for Brass Coupe. He kept eluding them, kept running in the swamps. They couldn't catch him. He finally gets shot, but it didn't kill him. He went to this guy named Francisco Garza. He asked him for help, and then Francisco was like, "Yeah, I'll give you some help." And while he was sleeping, he literally beat Brass Coupe to death because he had a $2,000 reward for his head. No. He takes his body, he drops it in Jackson Square, and Brass Coupe's body was left in Jackson Square for all the black people in New Orleans had to file and line up and see his broken body in Jackson Square. This man that they had this manhunt for. So I always want to remember this ancestor who, he's not in the history books, he's not talked about, but this dancer, this great person, this person who resisted supremacy and resisted and applied his humanity. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Brass Coupe.
Definitely, man. We're going to make sure
great name.
We share that. Absolutely. We're going to share that. The link on Brass Coupe on the Misbelief Facebook page. That's a good one. I like that one.
And Langston, actually, a good artist, young millennial artist, he actually has a moving van vehicle that has the history of Brass Coupe and some artwork. It's like a moving art installation. It's like an old U-Haul van that they tagged. Dope. So it's like a mural, but it's moving.
You should get Langston to come on the show and tell us about that at some point, man. That's cool. That's a good one. I like that Sankofa session. Shout out to Malik, Sankofa Bird, for schooling us on that one. I did not know about Brass Coupe. That's our resident historian, Malik and Bartholomew, you guys. Thank you so much.
And you can take a tour with No Nola Tours. We do walking tours in Treme, French Quarter.
And on that note, man, this has been episode, I believe, 39 of the Misbelief Radio Show. 39 weeks of this, y'all. We really in the swing of things. And thank y'all. My amazing co-hosts always keep us going. Who's this to my left side?
This is Jay Still Keeping It Real.
Where can follow you at?
On Instagram at Just So Still and also at Fat Girl Nola.
Nice. How about you?
So this is Malik of No Nola Tours. You can follow me on Instagram at No Nola Tours or at Frozen Photography with a PH.
And my special guest co-host?
It's Kamari, the college dropout with my top out. You can follow me at Super Mario Bro, Instagram, College Dropout Too. What Rap Taught Me, Hi Ho Lounge, Wednesday, 6:30 doors, $3.99.
DJ, what you got?
Last but not least, it's your boy Mastermind, spinner of real records, slayer of real codes. You can follow me everywhere, IG, Twitter, everywhere as French Bread _kid.
Yeah, and actually the last but not the least, I'm DC Paul. You can follow me at Who is DC Paul on Instagram, Who is DC Paul on Facebook and Twitter, and at whoisdcpaul.com. Check me out, you guys. I think we have one. We're gonna go out on the this is PJ Morton song, right? Shout out to PJ Morton. He apparently was nominated for a Grammy, y'all. New Orleans. PJ Morton finna get that shine. You heard me. Check us out next week here on the Misbelief Radio Show. Same time, same place. Thanks to all the millions and millions of listeners that I have. Thank y'all so much, you guys. Don't get nothing on you. And thanks to the millions and millions of viewers that I have going on. Let's say bye. We don't close this one out like we close them all out. Huh, Brian?
Yeah. Come on, Jay Still.
I'm
keeping it
real. Jay Still got one.
Hold up, with the light.
See, we ain't even have no live performance in this episode.
We had the food?
Yeah, usually we have a performance here in studio at 12:30. We ain't have one this episode, so the sofa's still there. Let's sit down on the sofa and say goodbye this time. Let's do something different. Yeah, come on, you guys want to sit around the sofa?
Kalena.
Come on,
Well, I need Instagram. I need to do Instagram.
All right, well, fine. Come on, thanks, you guys. Thanks to our guest, Lamont Simmons, came through to talk about Power Circle 2017. Gian Smith came through to talk about The Adulterate, his film. Our special co-host, Kamari Stevens, checking off his Wednesday at the High Ho Lounge. Shout out to all of my amazing friends and co-hosts, man. They make the show happen. And most importantly, the man himself, beautiful Brian. Come on, get in here, Brian. Get in here, Brian.
All right.
This is the cast of Misbelief this week, y'all. Thank you. Share this video. Subscribe to us on YouTube. On Facebook.
You heard me.
Everywhere we at, you heard me. Thank y'all to the millions and millions of watchers that we had this week, y'all. Love y'all. Check us out next time. Next week, same time, same place. And what you say, Malik?
Don't get nothing on you.
Maybe a little bit.
Don't get nothing on you, you heard me? See y'all next week.